What's up, Culture Junkies? Welcome to another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. I'm your host, Kenshiro, episode 211 on the number. Today is the first Culture Junkies cereal brawl. I'm ready. My choice is Chocolatey Berry Crunch. The great Daddy Kuji over here in front of me, and to my right is Mr. GQ, and remote is Fallen Marble. What's up, fellas?
Not much.
What's happening? What's happening?
How you guys doing out there?
I wonder why Facebook's being a hater.
Yeah, I know.
Right, I know.
I don't understand that. I don't get it. Like, it's like they got something out for us. I don't know. But hopefully the masses will come over here and join us on YouTube, because I mean, well,
It's
yeah,
better
more
to
fun
join
on
us on
anyway.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's better to join us on YouTube anyway. You're absolutely right. But yeah, Fallen Marvel, you've been out for a while, but you got a big change in your life. You
To say the
joined
least.
the he's still single, but you know, he's joined the annals of fatherhood. Congratulations to you, my friend.
Yep, a month plus in, man. It's quite the journey so far, and can't change it for anything else. So
Well, you wouldn't change it for anything.
wouldn't,
Yeah.
can't, wouldn't, all that stuff. So yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a big
It's interesting
congratulations
stuff.
from Mike Zemo, Zimbo?
Zimbo.
Zimbo.
Yeah.
Zimbo. That's interesting. Man.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah. But we're gonna have to make sure that the masses can kind of join us on YouTube as well. So that because I don't know what the deal is with Facebook. I don't know. Maybe if I restarted the stream on Facebook only, it might actually work. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, so like I said, today we're gonna be doing the cereal brawl. We have special types of cereal in the house for us to actually sample and see what some of these newfangled sugary confections actually taste the best. But we also did a poll in the Culture Junkie Nation asking the members out there to pick which is probably the greatest cereal of all time. And actually, we do have a very much clear-cut winner. But first, let's go ahead and run the gamut.
Run the gamut. Run the gamut.
Man, you come right out of a comic.
Hey, it's 2 weeks in a row, but hey, no, you can never ever go wrong with Jim Kelly. What you got, GQ?
I don't know. Actually, something somewhat serious. You posted it actually. I think it actually happened back in February. But a jogger in Georgia got murdered. That's probably the only real way to say it.
Straight cold-blooded.
Yeah, that was murder.
Yeah,
I don't really.
yeah.
Talking about he, suspected of burgling a house. It's like, okay, if you're out jogging, most people when they go jogging, got jogging pants and that sort of thing. When you go burgle something, usually you, wearing darker clothes and you don't do it in the middle of the day.
And even if you did,
Right.
you'd have a place to put the stuff you were burgling.
Right. You ain't running out there with the Fitbit, getting your steps in. So I'm just gonna call that the way I see it. The video. Really odd that it was somebody following in a car through the video. That's what it looked like to me. But I don't know. I mean, we need to really figure that out because that's actually pretty pathetic. That
Dude,
people still do that.
He got killed jogging while black. Like, I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, it's not even funny. That shit really pisses me off. It's like, first of all, this is
Mike, who can't you hear? You said you can't hear.
You can barely hear GQ.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
But how?
I don't know what that is. But anyway,
You ever got my level down because I'm awesome.
I didn't touch it. It wasn't me. I'm not trying to silence you. Anyway, but no, this is two things. One, it's racist as hell because they only had, as far as from what I read from the report, right? The report said that the 911 operators, when they called in, they said, well, what suspicious activity is this guy up to? Like, what criminal act has he committed? The response was, and I quote, "He's a black man running down my street." Literally, that's what the dude said.
Yep.
He's a black man running on my street. Like, that is a crime in itself, really? So, second of all, then they say, oh, well, he was trying to do a citizen's arrest.
Oh, so you got music playing over my lovely baritone.
Oh, there's a song playing while you guys are talking. I don't know what that is. I'll go
Oh,
investigate
yeah.
that.
You might want to check that out.
Yeah, I'll go and check that out. But the deal is that this guy basically just took it upon himself to try and met out some vigilante justice.
It's another
disgrace.
George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin.
Oh,
situation.
absolutely. This is
Yeah.
totally that.
Yeah, so while you fix that, I'm gonna go ahead and take over, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
let Dr. Coogee jump in on any interesting news that he has. Because if we talk about this, I'm gonna get mad. So
Yeah, that goes for all of us, I'm sure.
yeah. So
Dido,
Dido, what you got, man?
Oh well, yeah. I don't want to chime in because I am mad. This shit pisses me off. I don't even want to go there because it literally makes me so upset, and I don't understand why in the heck people like this get away. But regardless of that, we're gonna move on to something hopefully a little more lighthearted, but it's not really lighthearted because this game is kind of violent. They just released the new story mode, not released it, but showed a video of it, of Mortal Kombat, because they're adding more to the story mode.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
adding some new characters in there, and one of
Which
the
I'm
characters,
kind of glad about.
yeah, one of the characters is going to be friggin' RoboCop, which you can have a RoboCop versus Terminator fight that's going to happen in it. I don't know about Ash, and they're bringing in Fujin, who we haven't seen since Mortal Kombat 4.
Fujin has been straight absent, man.
Dude. RoboCop. What the fuck?
No, he's in Armageddon.
I'm
I think they put him in
Yeah.
I'm a little weirded out by that guest character
The
choice.
RoboCop,
man.
like what?
I just want to see how he's gonna fight because like he doesn't move fluidly in the movie.
Well, okay, like let's bring it back to reality here. RoboCop is slow as hell.
Yeah,
So I don't know how he's gonna jump in and fight with all of those fast moving characters. And Terminator, in my opinion, now on Death Battle, they did a Death Battle RoboCop versus Terminator in RoboCop 1, which to me is BS because Terminators are pretty durable.
Mm-hmm.
RoboCop, every time I've seen, I mean, come on now, some people took a chainsaw to that fool and threw his ass on the street.
that was RoboCop 2.
RoboCop
Wasn't
2.
RoboCop 1? Didn't he get shot dead in the chest with a big ass like cannon?
Yeah, with the
or
Cobra
whatever?
cannon.
And that basically just
Yeah.
knocked him off his ass, but he was still able to get back up.
No. I'm not arguing his durability.
Yeah.
But Terminators are still way more durable because let's look at what they go through. And like for example, Terminator 1, a gasoline truck blew up with him in it, and the only thing it did was burn his skin off.
Yeah.
And he had a limp. But I think he had the limp earlier somehow. But so it's just like okay, he blew up in that, and then in it might have been Salvation or one of them. They freaking put molten steel on him, and he walked out of that because it just burned his flesh off. He's like, yeah, that's nice. I'm a kick-ass silver skeleton now. Let's go. So I think Terminators got more durability than RoboCop, and
Just a little
probably a little bit more strength than he does.
Just a little bit.
So
Dude, RoboCop is slow as
I
hell.
wanna know
It's
what
like
he
what King Takeem on YouTube is like. Hey, RoboCop is gonna move like the Sand Dude in MK11. Like
Oh,
Sand Dude, like
and then also they got Friendships are back.
yes,
That's the
the
part that cracked me up.
friendship.
That's a new add-on now.
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
didn't have before. Okay,
I mean,
that's
it's
interesting.
an add-on, but it's kind of like it's a throwback to classic Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat 2. You know.
Oh, I
So-
forgot Shiva's in this too.
Oh yeah, Shiva too. That is true. That
how
is
much
true.
does this cost?
I heard that the story mode is going to be free, but I don't know about the characters because you
Oh, the
ain't
combat
getting no
pack.
damn
Yeah,
characters
yeah,
for free.
combat pack. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if they are charging for this pack, which more than likely they will, it's probably going to be another $25-$30 unless like the people who've already gotten it, they're just throwing that in there for them, but that's highly unlikely. So I mean, I'm just leaving it at that. It'd be nice because I did get the premium edition of the game, so I
Oh,
can
you got
only
the Scorpion
hope
one
that
too?
was it?
Yeah, the
I don't
Scorpion
know.
bust. The Scorpion.
No, oh no. It was the digital version. I got it on PC. So I didn't
Boo.
get the Yeah, it
Boo.
sucks.
Don't say
It
boo.
sucks, but
It's the
Don't
exact
say-
same
don't
game.
say
It's the exact
boo.
same
Boo.
game.
Don't say boo.
If you're gonna get the collector's edition, you get the collector's edition.
Yeah, sure, but there's nothing wrong with it. Dude, you play Street Fighter 4 on your PC. I want to hear it.
No, that's Street Fighter 5.
For Street Fighter 5, excuse me.
And I
Whatever.
have that on both, actually.
well, I
I
wound
play it
up
more
getting
on
the
PS4.
digital.
But what's the reason why you play it on your PC?
Because mods are
Because
awesome.
the mod. Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But
Thank you
again,
very much.
that's one aspect. Outside of that, the game is the same.
Oh no.
I know they are.
Except
they're the
for
same.
without the mods. That's
Yeah,
all.
they're
Except for
all
without the mods.
Yeah, but I'm talking about collector's editions, though.
Oh well, if you want a collector's edition, you're gonna buy the friggin' console one because do they even do collector's editions for PC?
They do.
Yeah, they
Certain games like Darksiders, that
I mean,
one, that huge one I unboxed.
it is extremely rare.
Yeah,
it,
it's very
it is
rare.
extremely
Like, yeah,
rare.
the PC version, there was no PC collector's edition for Mortal Kombat, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So one thing that I got, and actually it's something that I ran across today. Right before the show started, not too long ago. So, can everyone think of there's a bunch of cult classic movies that you just want to have added to your collection, right?
I actually, but I'll get into that in a second. This whole Terminator is a cyborg. No, he's not.
No, he's not. No, he's a robot. He's literally a robot.
He's a cybernetic
Organism,
organism,
but-
but he sure as hell ain't a cyborg in the
Right.
same way RoboCop is a
No.
cyborg. Because
Yeah, no.
RoboCop needs his biological parts to function. The Terminator
Right,
doesn't.
Terminator doesn't. Yeah. So anyway, no, like I was saying, the everyone's got cult classic movies they want to add to their collection. One of the greatest cult classics of all time is getting a 4K remaster. Flash Gordon.
Oh,
Flash Gordon.
y'all can keep that.
No, dude, what?
Y'all can keep
What? Dude, the soundtrack alone makes it worth the buy.
that. Yeah, if you're 60 years old.
What a
Dude.
hater, dude. Like,
This
listen
has
to
nothing
this
to do.
guy.
Look, I never liked Flash Gordon.
Wow.
Okay? I never, ever didn't care about making didn't. The movie was goofy to me,
It
even back
was.
then.
I think that was the whole point.
That was
No,
the
no, no,
whole
see.
point.
When I was a kid, goofy like that didn't work. Big Trouble in Little China was different because it was awesome the way they did it. It had goofiness in it, but it wasn't straight camp. So Big Trouble in Little China was my guilty pleasure, go to have fun movie. But Flash Gordon, whatever.
Flash
Have
Gordon.
fun with that.
Okay, so Flash Gordon is so good, is so bad, it's good. That's the type of thing that it works. It's like it's a cheesy film. It's not a good film in any stretch of the imagination. Like everybody that was acting in that thing was mailing it in, hamming it up. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But that Queen soundtrack just puts it over the top. Just hearing Flash.
Are you sure you're not just in love with just that one song and then that's really?
No, I have the soundtrack, and I would listen to it, just on general. Like I would.
You have it on cassette and 8-track, don't you?
No, I have it digitally. I have it digitally, and I listen to it, occasionally when I'm,
See,
when I'm working.
really were a fan, like Dido and myself, we both have the Batman soundtrack on cassette. So real fans have that stuff on cassette.
Real fans have cassettes. Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
real fans.
Real
Yeah, that
fans
stuff
have-
from back in the
All
day.
right.
Way back in the day.
Okay, all right. So, Father Marvel, do you got anything for Run the Gamut, or should we move on? Anything you want to bring up, like you're excited about? Random news, stuff that you ran across? Oh yeah, he said he's having technical difficulties. Hopefully, hopefully he'll.
King Takeem
Yeah.
actually agrees with you 100%.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's.
I mean, as long as there's two of you out there, that's
I've
great.
only seen clips of Flash Gordon, but
Stop. You've never watched the movie.
Not the whole thing, because our friend Hannah Omega has shown me stuff, but you don't see him too often. And the way he has, for the most part, TV show and movie ADHD, where he want to show you a clip and then move to something else, So like that's a problem because he's the one that introduced me to it. Because I remember seeing it as a kid, but not the whole entire movie. So what the heck is this stuff? It did look crazy. It reminded me not of Dune, but it just felt like something I didn't want to watch.
So
Dune was something I didn't want to watch.
Is movie ADHD? Is that in the what is it the official list of diseases or
I'm
or
not
whatever
too sure, but
mental
it's
diseases?
just some people like that where you just
I think it's because of YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube lets people do that because you can always find the clips of whatever on YouTube.
but he'll do it with the actual movie.
Oh, well.
So like, he was just
Right,
like,
right,
I
right.
want you to see the scene. Oh, I want you to see the scene. Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta watch it.
I
So
got you.
like, I'll sit and watch it. I have no problem doing it because over the last week, I've been watching 80s slasher flicks and not the popular one. The only popular one I watched was Friday the 13th Part 1.
Because you have to.
Yeah, and then I started watching Night of the Demons, which I had never heard of before, but I decided to watch it. And then I watched Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. And then I tried to watch Sorority House Massacre, which is supposedly in the Massacre series.
I mean, these are like straight up C-list,
Yeah.
maybe even
Two of them
D-list
came out
horror
in the-
movies.
came out in
Very
theaters.
classic sounding slashers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on,
They
like,
are,
really?
they are very, very classic sounding slasher. And I was just because they're on Amazon, and I was bored. I was like, let me just watch these things. So I have no problem watching, things that are considered, cheesy or bad or whatever. Because Slumber Party Massacre Part 2 didn't make a lick of sense. It seemed like they were trying to make this guy like Freddy Krueger. It didn't make a lick of goddamn sense. Freddy Krueger made sense. This didn't make no sense because Part 1, you had a real human being killing people. They, killed him. Spoiler alert! Oh my gosh, they killed him at the end. Right? Part 2, she's having dreams of this guy. And like dreams of a guy, and then all of a sudden he just manifested out of nowhere and just started.
She conjured him.
Yeah, she just basically conjured him up
That's awesome.
out of nowhere, and then I'm like, wait, what? And then they made it feel like it was all a dream at the end.
It
Or
was all a
it? It was
dream.
like, what was? I
Yeah.
was like, okay, you guys.
All right.
Sounds
Yeah.
like some Tyler Perry style writing there.
Hey, look.
Hey.
So, Father Marvel, I was going to ask you real quick, man, and we're kind of running against it. But did you have anything for Run the Gamut, or should we move on?
I'm kind of like empty as far as like news
Okay.
today. So
All right, cool, cool.
it was been nuts. So let's
Yeah,
just
understandable.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we are going to move on to the next topic and review a nostalgic game that has finally come back and graced us with, I don't know, just some awesome playtime.
Sample the merchandise.
All right, so check it. So Streets of Rage 4 came out last Thursday on Steam. For some people, not including Dido, they were supposed to get it on Friday. I know that's a really sore subject.
Well,
for
no,
you. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the physical copy because the limited run
Yeah.
never has their stuff on launch because their whole motto is they wait until everything is out, all the DLC, all that stuff, so you don't ever have to patch it. When you buy the thing, that it's what you get, kind of like how it used to be, So I don't expect seeing this for a while.
That's too bad.
well, that's
I
my-
played it though.
well,
Don't get me. I beat it already.
Yeah, no,
so.
you got it on. You got it on your Switch, right?
Yeah, no, I don't have the Switch. I got it.
Well, I'm
Xbox
still
has
behind the
Game
curve because I'm
Pass.
waiting for my copy to come in. So
Dude, if you have an Xbox One and you're part of freaking Live, the first month for Game Pass is $1. So I paid $1, and I literally can play. I played through that. Only once I want to play through it more. I don't know if I want to continue to play through it more. But anyway.
let's kind of get to it. So
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 4 is a continuation, from Streets of Rage 3. The last Streets of Rage 3 came out on the Genesis, I think, right?
Oh yeah,
So it's been a good
26
20
years.
something years since the last entry in this series.
So it sat out 4 generations?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
They couldn't figure out how to do it. They were trying to do Streets of Rage
Who-
on the Saturn. It turned into Fighting Force. The game Fighting Force.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, really?
That was supposed to be
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 4, but then it got turned into something else. And then they tried to do one for the Dreamcast, and they actually came out with not pre-renders, but like
did they do a build or they just kind of
it was not bad.
Super early.
It probably
Yeah.
would have been like Spike Out, and Spike Out though is not a horrible game. It's not Streets of Rage, and it probably would. It's good that they waited till people can appreciate
Yeah.
doing a game how it's supposed to, or I wouldn't say how it's supposed to, but how it was done.
Well, yeah, just keep it because again, a lot of those 3D games like the Bouncer and all those earlier 3D beat 'em up style, they just weren't that great. Some of them were just ill.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of
so it's good that they waited till the retro craze kind of came back and helped them out. As far as popularity, so that makes sense. So I'm gonna let Kenshiro continue with his review though.
Yeah, so the deal with Streets of Rage 4 has been like 26 years since it first came out, or since it last came out, and I think it was one of the more popular series that came out on the Genesis. I know I loved it. Known for great beat 'em up action, great music, great gameplay mechanics, etc., etc. But the game, even though it was designed beautifully, I think the character designs were incredible. Dotemu did a great job with this thing, and so did I forget what some of the other developers' names were. But in essence, what I'm getting at is that even though the game was kind of short, and it doesn't really get difficult, I guess, for seasoned gamers until you get to like past harder, or maybe you get to hardest or insane level, then it gets really difficult. But the game isn't like super hard to do. You can finish it in one afternoon if you're really good at it. But even then, it's fun.
Define good at it, because watching a certain stream, I kept seeing a Commissioner Gordon beat the hell out of
dude. The commissioner beat me twice. What I mean, so
he beat
it wasn't on normal mode.
He beat you in the most simple way. It was like, dude, you let him charge up that punch and run into you 3 or 4 times first time around. I was like, really? You just gonna let him Abigail you? Just gonna stand on one side of the screen, charge up and hit you?
Anyway, so for me, the
happy birthday to
happy
King
birthday to me,
Takeem.
King Takeem, Mr. Tony
All right.
Young. Happy birthday, my friend.
So you
salutations to
officially
you.
turned 18 today, huh?
I love it. Wolverine came over here on from Facebook. He says it's
Hey,
tricky. That's
what's up,
awesome.
brother?
Screw Facebook.
That's what you do. Screw Facebook, man.
Yeah,
You know,
Facebook is having problems.
Hey,
so.
you know what though? I mean, if you come over to YouTube, you're doing us a favor anyway, because we're trying to get that. We're trying to get
Get them watch hours
get
up,
them
man.
watch
Get
hours
some
up and get some
subscribers.
monetization. So if you know some people that you think our content will be good for them, you should definitely turn them over to us. Anyway, so back to Streets of Rage. So Streets of Rage, I think the music to me was fantastic, and you nod your head there.
I
like,
think it's good.
like,
Don't
what
get me
is that?
wrong. It's just not. It's even though some of the tracks were done by the original composers, some of and you can tell which ones were. It's not. It's not nearly on the same level to me as Street Rage 2, or even.
But
3.
is that a fair?
I know it's kind of
because it's like you had 20 some odd years of hearing that song and it's in your head.
And-
Right.
Now you get something new, even though it's
Nostalgia's
like
a
you
hell of
said,
a drug,
same
brother.
guys.
Yeah.
It ain't had the time yet.
And I agree with that. That's why I like. Though I'm listening to it, it's just certain tracks don't get you moving. Some of them do. Like that, the fight with the DJ. I like that. I like that one a lot. But and it's not bad. I mean, I'm not gonna go around and say it's bad. Maybe it takes a little bit of time to grow on me. But I'm not listening to it on my in my headphones like I am the other ones.
I got you. Mr. Rigor Mortis said the prison track was lit. So
Prison track.
I have
was
to
lit.
remember that one because
The prison track was.
There was
lit,
some
dude.
other ones that I did like.
But dude, even
Yeah.
the main menu music was pretty
That
dope.
was Yuzo
I loved
Koshiro.
it. Yeah, Yuzo
Yeah.
Koshiro. It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. But no, how did you feel about it being as short as it was? Because I'm trying to find reasons to replay it.
Well,
And
the replays
I'm
will open up more
struggling.
characters, dude.
Well, okay, but how many more characters are we
There's
talking
a
about?
lot.
We're talking
You
like
open up-
Max. We're
you-
talking about
Yes.
Estelle.
Yeah.
We're talking about really the
No,
commissioner
not Estelle.
too. Really?
You open up all the Streets of Rage 1 sprites, all the Streets of Rage 2 sprites, and I think Streets of Rage 3 sprites. You get Shiva. I think that's it. So that's quite a few characters.
but each
that
one
you
of them
can
plays different.
They all
right?
play
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Because like how my biggest complaint is I love Streets of Rage 2, but mechanically, or the game mechanics, it's not better than Streets of Rage 3. It's not. Streets of Rage 3, you can find it on our channel. I've gone in an explanation on why 3 is better because of the multiple the multiple routes you can take. The every character, not only can they run, they have super moves with their special moves with weapons. They have a lot of special moves. They're just so much diverse. But because people who made Streets of Rage 4, their favorite game is Part 2, that's why you can't run. There's no special, a lot of stuff like that. That freaking bothers the crap out of me because though 2 was good because it was tremendously better than 1.
Ooh, Mr. Rigor Mortis fighting words.
I mean, you can go ahead and say it's fighting words. That's fine and dandy, man. Play the game. Most people didn't like Streets of Rage 3 because it was hard. And to me, those people are words that I don't want to.
No, he said 3 is better.
He said 3 is better.
Oh, okay. So who's the fighting words?
Oh, I thought you said Streets of Rage 2.
No,
was
he
better.
No, I
said
said
he said
3
most
is
people.
better.
Yeah, he
Okay,
said
my
most
I
people.
say most people think,
like 2.
Yeah, like 2 and
but-
think 2
yeah,
is
he
better.
thinks 3 is better.
2
Yeah.
is not better. 3 is way better. But like I said, the makers, and it was in an interview. I was watching another YouTube channel, and he was going on.
John P's got it right.
Yeah. Exactly. Why
Yeah,
would-
John P's got it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's questioning because he doesn't understand my opinion about it. Is when the gameplay gets better in a sequel, that makes the sequel better than the first one.
I
It
don't
doesn't
disagree.
Make, yeah, it doesn't
I
make
do
any
not
sense.
disagree at
why
all.
It may be your favorite.
Right.
They may be your favorite. That's fine. But the game is not better than the one that came before. It's just not.
I think a lot of people, for Mega Man 2 especially, a lot of people think 2 is better just because 2 was such an improvement over 1.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think a lot of people, for a lot of people, 2 was their first one.
Right.
Because remember, even on the Nintendo Classic, they put 2 on there. They didn't put 1 on there.
Yeah.
So I think 2, for a lot of people, was that introductory one for a lot. And then 3 came out. Now, granted, he got the slide and other stuff, but I think 2 was so intuitive of, and again, 2 is easy mode for me anyway.
It is.
But 3, I think, rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because, again, we even talked about this a little bit the other week. Some of the robot masters, like their weaknesses didn't make any sense. At least with 2 and even 1, it was elemental. It was like, okay, fire takes out ice, you know what I'm saying? Elect takes out and it made some sense. With 3, it was like, hard man. Okay.
Yeah. And
What?
Right.
And like I said, I get all
Right.
that. That's fine because it's the same reason for Streets of Rage 2 because
Right.
it was tremendously better than 1. Bigger sprites. The
Right.
music was better. Control was, beefed up. It was a great game.
Okay.
2 is a great game. But when you take that great game and you improve on it, like I said, people are pissed off that because in 3, they changed the color of so Axel's not wearing white t-shirt and blue jeans. He's wearing yellow t-shirt and gray jeans. Big whoop.
Really? I mean,
yeah.
that's something to get mad about.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Blaze is not wearing red. She's wearing. But the thing is, in the Japanese version, they were wearing all that. Nobody understands why in the American one they changed, or excuse me, the international one they changed all that stuff. Nobody understands that. Me, I don't care.
Right.
That's not a big
Don't
issue.
get hung up
Yeah,
on
as long as
stupid
Yeah,
stuff.
as long
they
as
get
they
hung
can
up on
play,
stuff.
yeah.
The music is not as good in 3 as 2, but there has some fire tracks.
Yeah.
Like right now after the show, just remember Reverse Shinobi. Go check out Reverse Shinobi. That freaking track is fire. Streets of Rage 3.
Yeah.
But regardless, Streets of Rage 3, in my honest opinion, is a better game. So when Streets of Rage 4 came out, I think they should have took the mechanics from 3 and added to it because there's no multiple routes in Streets of Rage 4. So like you said, you have trouble replaying the game.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a straight thing through. You could play the game straight through again, open up everything. Okay, and then
Right.
you're done. Streets of Rage 3, if you want to see multiple endings, there's multiple things that you can do. That to me gives you reason to
Oh,
play through the
absolutely.
game.
Yeah,
and,
no,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not an easy game. You're not gonna sit like the same way and play Streets of Rage because there's no save mode. You
Right.
gotta continue. You gotta start from the beginning.
Now, okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the other modes they do have. They have arcade mode, which I think is the challenge for a lot of people, like because it's like literally arcade mode is you have to go through the entire game, no continues, you have 2 lives, good luck.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like,
Well,
okay,
damn.
all right, I'm down with that because that's straight up old school.
It is.
That's the way you're supposed to do it, right? So that'd be one challenge to do. But I'm not getting this brawl mode or battle mode that they have.
They've had it
Like,
in the other ones
okay,
as well.
but it's a fighting game mode for
For a beat 'em
a
up.
beat 'em
But
up.
it's not the
Double
only one.
Dragon.
Double Dragon
did
had
it on the
too.
Nintendo.
I mean, but still, I
They've
don't
done it
know.
in
I
other
just
games
don't. I
before.
don't know. I in this day and age, I just don't.
I think
see the appeal.
they
of
had
that.
no choice but to give you something like that because again, playing through the game over and over is there's some replay value, but if you're gonna have me pay some money for it, you better give me some modes beyond
Yeah.
just okay, I can run through the story basically over and over.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, so the
Yeah.
brawl mode. I mean, again, it's going to be rudimentary. It's not like it's going to be a full fledged fighter, but
Right.
neither was the one in Double Dragon. It was just something to do.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, all right. I hear that. All right. So, who out of all the characters that you played, right? Because I played pretty much all of them except for the unlocked ones. I haven't unlocked everybody else.
Yeah.
But who is your favorite in the game that you play with right now? If it isn't Adam, like, 'cause
Well, dude, I loved Adam. Adam was my favorite character in Streets of Rage 1, and I was always
mine too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just saying that just because he was black,
Exactly.
but still, yeah.
In Streets of Rage 1, he was the better character
Right.
because Axel did not have his freaking grand upper, and he didn't have a jump kick. He had that stupid ass knee, but he did. And I liked Adam more, and I was really bummed that they never put him in any other game.
Right.
I wouldn't say he's my favorite character in this one. I like that he can dash because I beat the game with him, and you can freaking like rush down.
I beat the
the
game
bosses.
with him too.
Yeah, because like you can keep rushing down because
Yeah, you
bosses
can.
games, beat 'em up games, they like to have those characters that like to run away from you.
Yep.
Right? And that's why I like Streets of Rage
Especially them
3.
girls those throwing them grenades.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
dude,
love
no
to
way.
run away from you.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I also like Streets of Rage 3, because you can run. People not running away from you. You will get to them.
Right.
And that's in Cherry and Adam, you can do that. I like Cherry. She was good. But Blaze, I only played a little bit of her. She is freaking
Blaze
nice
is
in this
awesome.
game.
Blaze is awesome.
Yeah, she's really nice. So I would have to put it's
Hey,
probably a type between.
And she thick as hell too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
she,
It actually puts
she thick
the
as
meat on
hell.
the
Yeah.
bone.
But you know the Samoan character Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
I didn't know if I was gonna like him at first because he moves so slow, but he had the robotic arms. But I ended up when I played him a little bit, I did really end up liking him.
Yeah.
I do like him a lot. I think he brings a lot of he brings a difference because it's like I like that not every character does play the same or can even move as fast. They have different attributes that make the game a little bit more challenging if you're going along. The only other thing that I would love to do that I haven't gotten a chance to do is play multiplayer. I didn't want to play online because I don't necessarily want to play with a bunch of randoms. I want to play with my boys. So
I want to know if you can cross play on that.
I wonder
Because, like I said, I got on Xbox. The Xbox is basically a goddamn PC.
Oh, sure.
But
Sure.
I don't know if you can crossplay. I haven't got any word that you can crossplay. I mean, a lot more games are allowing crossplay nowadays.
Oh, and I will say that Adam was actually he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good.
Oh, I like Adam a lot.
I like him a lot.
Like I said, I have not had any problems. The
Yeah.
only issue, because like for me, I'm so used to playing Axel in Streets of Rage 3, being able to rush down people because you can run, and he can't. He's these Streets of Rage, I'll get to it, I get to it. So that's why when I picked Adam, because I could rush down on people, especially like I said, the last boss, because like they keep trying to jump away. I'm just like, no, you're not getting away.
Some people were saying they had difficulty with Mr. X and Miss X, and I'm like, how?
I almost beat him on my first try.
I beat him on my first try.
Look, I had to hit him one more time, and I would have won. And because like on the upper left is a safe spot, he cannot hit you there at all. And she kept trying to get up in that area. She kept coming to me, so I was like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And then I was trying to learn the freaking pattern in the beginning, so he took a lot of my health down. When I got to the point, one more hit, and he hit me first. I was like, God darn it! But when I got back to him the second time, I managed to take him out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't understand. And I guess that's a testament to us as old school gamers. Like, we can pick up on these beat 'em up patterns pretty fast because the game is not hard. It's not hard at all.
3 is a heck of a lot harder.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Anyway, so GQ, if you were gonna get this game, do you think you'd get a lot of playtime out of it before we move on, or you think
I
it's?
probably would.
I mean, because you said you almost got it, right?
Yeah, I thought about getting it, but it's just like, and it was the limited run thing, and I looked at the order, and I'm like, yeah, I could get it, but why? Looking at what they
And why
were
right
offering.
now, right?
Yeah, and also the we only have 1,000 of each, for each system. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get you want to be limited run, but that's a little too limited.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So DBO King saying he likes Floyd. Rigor Mortis is an Adam fan. John P. Adam fan. King to King Adam fan. So it seems like Adam is pretty popular.
Yeah.
Dude,
I am a little bit.
Adam
beat
was
though.
awesome, dude.
Max did get a redrawn sprite, but he's not. You can't open him up.
He's not playable at all.
At this moment, not. If they do DLC, which I'm not sure they're going to, he might be a DLC. But
Well, so that's going to make the wait even longer for the physical copies.
Yep.
See, they suck for that.
All right, y'all. So that was Streets of Rage 4. I do think it's worth. Would you say it's worth the purchase?
I 100% believe it's worth the purchase. Part of me, because the way my philosophy about buying games is just wait, because they're always going to get cheaper. They're always going to go and sell, find a sell. You don't necessarily need to buy it right away. And I'm not saying go out and buy it right away. If you are the type that want to buy stuff right away, go do it. But if you still have interest in this game, because it was on sale on PlayStation 4, I believe, for like the first few days. It was cheaper on PlayStation 4 than it was on the Switch.
Right.
And so you'll see a sell again, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I bought the physical copy is because of nostalgia, and I love this series that's part of nostalgia, and I want a physical copy. So.
And that's fair. And then, like I said, I mean, I'll probably end up picking it up. I might wait for a digital sale, because that's the other issue with its main release being digital. That price is gonna stay there for a while.
For a little while, yeah.
And
I mean, but it's not gonna kill you.
Of
course
$24.99.
not.
What's that? What?
I was looking up to see if it was crossplay, and it says unfortunately it doesn't have crossplay, but because Streets of Rage 4 went to Xbox Game Pass on launch and is available on Xbox One and PC versions of the service, because of that, Xbox One players and PC players can play Streets of Rage 4 together if they're both using the Game Pass.
Oh, come on.
You know they gotta find.
Oh,
they gotta
come
find
on.
something. They
It
gotta find
doesn't,
something else to throw
it
on
doesn't
there.
apply to the Steam version on PC, of course, and that's
Oh,
released PC4 and Switch.
ain't
without
that
cross
some
platform.
bullshit?
So
All right, cool. So
Yes,
anyway,
that's nuts, man.
yeah,
and
dude.
just really quick,
Mhm.
and sorry if I'm pretty sure my picture's gonna freeze, but anyway, quick update, and we were talking about Mortal Kombat, the aftermath,
Yeah.
and I am looking up the price point. It is $40.
That's for the story mode, or is that including the combat pack? Basically,
It looks like it's just for whatever the story mode is. I think the combat pack is still on its own. So if you have the combat pack, I
What?
guess
I
that's
don't
how
think
it
so, man.
looks.
I don't think so, bro.
Just
I
honestly,
don't
how
think
it
so,
looks.
man.
How it's looking, it looks like if you already had the combat pack, you'll get the characters, but the story mode is like
Oh no, DBO
its
King
own.
says story is free.
I don't know.
that's what I remember reading. They said the story is free, but not.
That's what I'm hoping because I'm seeing the price point here on Steam, and
He
it
said
looks a
Combat Pack 2 is
little.
for it.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. That's all I'm
Combat-
saying. That's
yeah,
what it looks like.
I
on
think
mine.
Yeah, I
I think
don't
what
know
they're
about that,
doing,
man.
they're probably listing it as Combat Pack 2, and then they're putting story mode underneath that same umbrella of everything that's coming with the
Maybe.
Combat
I
Pack.
hope that's the case.
Or maybe
I'm
it's even
hoping that's the
maybe
case.
it's even an early access to it, because Combat Pack does give you a 1 week early access to characters before they're
Yeah.
released as just standard DLC. So maybe you'll get an early access to the story mode as well.
Right.
All right, everybody. We're running over. We're running a little bit behind, but we don't want to hold up the show. Next is going to be This Week in Gaming. Look forward to that.
This week in gaming.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. That was This Week in Gaming. I know some of you out there has had pretty great experiences with a lot of those games in there. I can't say that I've played a bunch of them. Those Transformer games, back in the day, I was not a fan of like any game that had to be from a TV show or anime. I kind of steered away from it. It's gotten better. Multiplayer online games I've never played because in the beginning they pissed me off because you had to buy the game and pay for the service, which for PC
It ain't much better now, even though they're free to play. Let me tell you, because they nickel and dime the hell out of you.
The microtransactions, that's the
Yep.
whole name
You
of the
do.
game.
That's why I stay away from them.
Yeah. So one game that I know that I used to play, or that I really loved, was Einhander. Einhander.
I wanted to buy
dude,
that
that
game.
game was incredible as a shooter.
Yeah.
It had a lot of innovations that I think a lot of other shooters really haven't done, and I think it was just really well done. I love the way they had the slightly 3D perspective, and then they went to side scrolling, and then it would switch back. And so it was kind of it gave you kind of almost an extra dimension by adding Z to it. I think it was pretty good. John P said he liked it, but
I wish I would have
He
bought it
says
when
it
I
still
worked
holds up.
yeah, it does still hold up.
When
It's
I
great.
worked at Media Play, in my hand, and I was just like, oh, I should buy this game. Now, if you want it, you come.
You
out
gonna
of some
pay for
money.
it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Mr. Rigor Mortis needs to step up his game because he said he ain't played a single one.
Yeah,
of them.
Red Dead Revolver. I haven't played that either.
I haven't played Red Dead Revolver, but everybody knows that you
Yeah.
know it kind of kicked off a very popular Western game series.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
most
in
definitely.
general.
I mean, I played Spider-Man 3, of course.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you bring up Spider-Man 3, right? Because Spider-Man 3 will have marked for This Week in Gaming. It's been either 3 out of the past 4 weeks has featured a Spider-Man movie game.
Well, that would be your fault.
No, I mean that's literally those are the only notable games that have come out. You know, they haven't been edged out anywhere. But it's just that
You got to remember,
it's
that's
like
when they
this period.
bring the movies out.
Well,
though, so,
well,
I mean,
sure, or it's right before when they bring
Yeah.
those movies out because you know most of the Spider-Man came out in May, I think. Anyway,
Usually, yeah.
But dude, Spider-Man 3 was terrible.
Oh yeah, the movie itself had issues, and then you're gonna make a game about the movie, and it's just like, no.
It was not something I wanted to
Yeah,
play.
by far, probably the biggest letdown we've ever had as far as
quick time
expectations, and to say the least. Like I can't tell you
QuickTime scene was
how
funny.
let down by that game I was. Like it was so weird because again, we're coming off the heels of Spider-Man 2, which set the standard for so
yeah.
long.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
you had 3, which was such a step back, like several step backs.
That was
And
literally
it was
literally a reverse Streets of Rage and Mega Man setup with that one.
yeah.
no way.
Mr. Rigor Mortis was like, the movie is so trash that I didn't even want to play the stupid game, and I feel
Damn.
you.
I only watched that movie once.
I
and
feel
I was
you.
in the theater. I never saw it again. And though I can find enjoyment in many movies, I did not find enjoyment because they put too many damn villains in that damn thing. They only needed one.
They had too
focus.
many storylines trying to go. They had way too many plot lines. They had the romance deal with Mary Jane. It's like you finally married Mary Jane, and now you freaking you getting such a big head about being Spider-Man that she doesn't like your ass anymore. And then you get the whole Gwen Stacy thing, and it's like, well, damn, Bryce Dallas Howard looks way better than Kirsten
did,
Dunst.
man.
So
Yes, she
I
did.
don't
So I'm
even
like-
think. I don't even think it was a point of Peter having a big head. It was just that.
Oh, it
like,
was,
he had a
it
big
was,
head.
It was the big head.
He had a
thing.
big head.
He did, but at the same time, like Mary Jane was like literally throwing salt at him because her career wasn't going anywhere. So
Yeah,
it
but
was
Yeah,
like,
no,
she
also
looked
no,
really bad.
Because the whole thing with her is he would turn everything into something about him because she was trying to talk about like, okay, I got bad reviews and people didn't like me, and he was trying to cheer her up. Then he turned it into a Spider-Man thing, and I'm like, dude, she ain't trying to hear your Spider-Man woes right now, dog.
can't you just listen to me?
Right.
And my problems?
Right.
And hear what
So-
I gotta say? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I mean, and then you run into the whole. Now, like, here's the best thing out of Spider-Man 3, the movie, Harry Osborn. That
Harry
motherfucker
Osborn,
died.
Yeah.
Dude, that meme with that freaking pie, dog.
Yeah,
That was my favorite part of that
So
whole
good.
movie. That was my favorite part of that whole movie. Outside of anything else that happened,
Yeah.
I didn't really care. I was like, when you got to that scene, I was paying
Yeah.
attention. I was like, this dude is so good he was just looking him dead in the eye, like, "How you holding up, man?" I'm like, "Dog, you know you over there trying to bang Mary Jane." Dog.
I know DBL King didn't just say that. DBL
What's
King
that?
said Spider-Man 2 was so good it was too much pressure. No Spider-Man has passed it since. What does
I
he
don't know,
mean by
man.
that?
I'm sorry,
What does he
Marvel-
mean
that
by
Marvel
that?
Spider-Man
Are
game
you,
is
are you
that-
talking
is
about
that
the
deal.
movie? Or are you talking about the game? Because in both aspects, you are wrong. The only thing about Spider-Man 2 that has stood the test of time is the Spider-Man versus Doc Ock fight. That's it.
Well, no, Doc Ock himself actually, Alfred Molina played the hell out of that
He
role.
did.
So Doc Ock as a villain stands up really well.
Right.
I like Vulture over him though.
He says the movie.
I don't know about that,
What?
man.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Dude,
You're gonna have to- yeah.
Homecoming is better than Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Just from the sense of sense of him actually being a high schooler, a real high schooler with actual high school problems,
That's great.
like an actual like issues. Because the thing is, even with the Iron Man element,
Yeah.
they taught the lesson of you need to be a hero because you're a hero, not because of what this suit can do for you. And I like that aspect. And the crazy
Right.
thing is, it's coming from Tony Stark,
I
who
know.
needs the
Who
suit
needs
to be
the
the
suit to
hero
be the
that
hero
he
at
is.
all, yeah.
But I get what he was saying though, and I like how they did that.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse is better than 2 as well.
Yeah, man. DBL King, I don't know how long it's been since you watched Spider-Man 2, but I implore you.
He's probably talking about Spider-Man 2.1, the extended cut that they came out with.
It don't matter. It really doesn't matter.
It's I mean, the thing is that with the 2.1, I mean, it was some stuff that was added to it. I mean, the Doc Ock fight at the
was a little
end
bit
was
longer. Yep.
which was cool. It's fine, but in hindsight, they're still both the same movie. You just get a little bit more with 2.1.
Right.
And
Exactly.
then
And you still see
looking
Phil
back on
Lamar
it, that
looking at
movie
him.
doesn't hold up as
It
well
doesn't.
outside of nostalgia.
It does. It really does not. And that's kind of my point. Is like the movie itself doesn't hold up, to the test of time like other older movies kind of still hold up. Like The Matrix, 1999 holds up. It's even today, it still resonates with a lot of people because of what they did in it. But outside of the Spider-Man Doc Ock fight, Spider-Man 2, I could skip everything in it. Like, Peter feeling mopey, he loses his powers.
Oh my god!
Well,
I don't wanna hear that.
got a new person checking in, Gerald
Boney. Gerald Boney was on last week. I remember him.
Well, he's new to me
Okay,
because
so
I'm
you-
looking at his response as far as the show right now.
Okay.
So he's saying he was never on the Spider-Man 2 movie bandwagon. The Raimi movies were just okay, except for the third one, which was terrible.
Absolutely.
Which everybody at this table agrees.
Absolutely.
Third Spider-Man was kind of
was trash. It was trash. All right, so back to the games. Let's bring it back to the games. Enough about
All right,
Spider-Man,
all
right? So let's talk about the granddaddy of all first-person shooters, Wolfenstein 3D. So
Yes, sir.
1992, that game came out, and just changed everything for everybody. I mean, number one, I remember playing it. And this is the precursor to Doom, of course. So I remember, I'm at my aunt's house in Ohio. I'm like, I think I'm like 10 or 11 years old at the time. No, 11 years old at the time. And, here I am blowing away Adolf Hitler, and my aunt is a pastor. And she's got Wolfenstein 3D, installed on her computer. And it's like, it's a super violent game. There's blood, there's killing Nazis. So I guess in a way she kind of justified having it on her computer or letting her son play it because my cousin play it because it was killing Nazis, and that was kind of cathartic, I guess. But I don't know.
No, if you happen to be German, that might be kind of a messed up thing to
because the Germans don't like Nazis.
I
And they disavow all the
I
Nazis and all that
understand
other
that,
stuff.
but there are some Germans over there that might have possibly been Nazis.
And they
you gotta
probably
see from
were.
their
But
side
the
of
thing
things.
about Germany, where they take responsibility for the bullshit that they have done and make sure that they're not doing it. They don't freaking praise Nazis like
I don't
some
know.
people. in this
Again, I
fucking
understand
country.
it. We definitely don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But my favorite Wolfenstein 3D was on the Atari Jaguar. For the 5 of you out there that know what that thing is.
What is the Jaguar? What is that?
Atari system.
I remember Atari had some vaporware that they've been trying to say is coming back for the last
I know
20
for
years.
the longest.
But no, Wolfenstein 3D on the Atari Jaguar actually is a freaking amazing game. I could not believe how good that game was. Like everything about it just was really well done. But I'm still loving like all the soldiers Luftwaffe. My neighbor, my neighbor. Like that was those sound clips was like just ingrained in my brain because like, dude, this is so freaking hilarious.
Dude, has nobody made those memes yet? Like I don't know.
Who knows?
don't
Maybe
know.
maybe
Yeah.
because they're actual German words, so
I don't
maybe
know.
they don't really mean anything truly funny.
I don't care. I put them on our soundboard if we want.
Hey, Atari
It's like,
Cougar.
wow, you owned a Jaguar. Look at this guy.
That's
You
one
know, he
concept
said-
that
yeah.
I don't have.
Yeah.
It's not owned.
He
I
still
still own
has it.
and still has a working
Yeah.
Jaguar CD attached to it.
Yeah.
What was the one I just read?
John P. I love that. The Atari Cougar, she's a mean machine. I love that. Yeah.
Nah, Mr. Rigor Mortis didn't get to play Wolfenstein until the OG Xbox. Dang, y'all are some young
Hey,
folks
young-
out there.
young-
Wow.
Hey, no, we appreciate
Whipper,
you.
snapper. No, we appreciate every one of you.
Now,
Y'all
now,
y'all
we
some
appreciate you.
whippersnappers.
Was it the hidden original game that came out in that Wolfenstein that came out? Because I know they came out with newer Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
over
Wolfenstein
time.
New Order and all that and
Yeah.
Old Blood.
Yeah.
I got both of those. Haven't played either one of them yet.
You sound like me now.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
it's your fault. You started it.
Any other games that we need to bring up before we move on to the
Eve Online, but I mean, I was never into those types of games. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Eve Online. Eve Online is interesting because Eve Online is free to play, but it's one of the longest running MMOs out there, and it's all based in space. And they have a full on player economy where we're talking. Some players have amassed more money than the gross domestic product of many of the nations on this planet in that game.
Jeez.
Like that is how everything is run by factions, like in territories, and the players kind of police themselves. It's not like a whole bunch of NPCs. Almost everything is player controlled. So, it's unique.
It's Star Trek with money.
Think more privateer. Because there's no military factions doing it.
I'm not saying military.
Yeah.
It's Star Trek with money. That was because that's the thing is you're out in space.
Yeah.
You're living life.
Yep.
And there's an economy. That's the only difference between that and Star Trek. Because Star Trek has no economy, so to speak.
Well, if you watch Picard, that'll change your opinion about that. It makes you question a lot of stuff that goes on.
Sure.
In that world, we could talk about.
Okay, let me put it this
another
way:
time.
Next Generation and whatchamacallit, and what was that movie? Because the movie he told that one girl that in the future we don't
Yeah,
rely
that was
on money.
that was the First Contact.
Yeah. So in that one,
It's like, how much does this cost? And it's like we don't have
right?
money.
But of course, then you go to Deep Space Nine, and it's like Ferengi boy, bring that money
Yeah,
back.
they had to have money somehow because people
Yeah.
were gambling, had a
Right.
bar. And that's
Yeah.
what I said. Then Picard, man, they went to this friggin' club. It's one of the weird. Picard had the eye patch on. My man looked
shit
like
was
a
hilarious,
straight
dude.
up pimp. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is
Oh,
going
man.
on?
Card the Pimp. It was awesome, dude. It was awesome.
That's because Patrick Stewart is a national treasure.
It was
so,
awesome,
you know.
man. It was really good.
All right. Well,
But no,
That's hilarious.
Mr. Rigor Mortis says he was poor. I couldn't afford a PC as a kid. Hey, man, ain't no shame.
My dad could afford a PC. I couldn't
ain't no
afford a
shame.
PC.
Yeah, ain't no shame, man. It's
PCs
like
were expensive back in the
we've
day,
all
man.
fell on hard times except for Mr. Deep Pockets over here, GQ.
It was
He
my
always
neighbors
seemed-
that had.
He
the
always
PC.
seemed to
That's how I
have
played
some
all those
bread.
PC games.
I don't know.
I was the console gamer growing
Mr.
up.
Roger Motor says I couldn't get into Eve. I tried to play it, and the ship controls was too much for me. Somebody named Dirty Taco kept killing me.
dang. That was his
Dirty
noob
Taco.
master.
Yeah,
I love it.
Man. All right.
Yeah, this is Thor, God of Thunder. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna move on to the next scene, which is going to be the results of the Culture Junkie Nation poll. For the culture. All right, so last Sunday, this past Sunday, we put out a poll was it Sunday or Monday? I think it was Sunday. It was Sunday. Yeah. So last.
I mean, it
Sunday,
went up Monday.
It went up Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we basically made a poll of the top 10 most, I guess, consumed cereals that we can remember in our childhood that were the most popular ones. And
I don't even think it was so much most consumed. I think we just put on what we thought was awesome, and everybody got mad.
Well, I
'cause
don't-
they favorite healthy cereals was left off of there.
I couldn't believe what Bianca said about what she was
That
saying.
was like,
I couldn't believe
are
she
you
said that.
It's like I grew up on that stuff. I would no way put that in my time.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely
nostalgic to me.
Raisin Bran.
Yeah,
and,
I couldn't stand Raisin Bran, Cheerios,
Right.
Man,
I'm not putting that on there.
not
Outta here
frosted
with that.
shredded wheat.
Right.
The fucking shredded.
Just shredded wheat, not
Oh,
frosted. not
you
even
talking about the one that was like
frosted
big
Big
ass,
ass.
big ass bales of
Big
hay.
Yes.
And they weren't even light brown. These were the dark brown. This was my dad buying these things.
Them
And he was like,
bitches-
I don't remember. Yeah, I remember
Dude,
that
the
shit.
bitches would choke you. They would
Gosh.
choke you in
Here-
your
here
throat
was-
when you were
here
trying
was-
to eat them.
Here was the issue with the original shredded wheat.
Right.
It was like, wasn't there like only like one or two in a bag, basically?
I don't remember how.
It was
I-
ridiculous.
I
It
don't
was
know,
it
man.
was
It
something
was
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Here's the crazy thing is though, and just to get jumping ahead a little bit, when I went to go pick up my my couple of cereals that I'm going to use for today's
Cereal
event,
Brawl, yeah.
grape nuts is still around.
Yep.
I can't
The
believe
fuck,
it.
dude. How can you eat those
I don't know.
things?
Grape nuts is hilarious because it's like the box is like quarter the size of every other cereal box, but it's the heaviest box on the shelf.
Right.
I'm like, dude, they pack
They
a
put so much stuff
lot
in
of
there.
stuff in there. I'm like, these are disgusting.
How can you eat those things? I just don't get it. All right, so Dido, can you go to the poll?
I am there.
All right, read off for me.
I'm gonna start at the bottom.
Start at the bottom at all the ones that we listed and how many votes they got.
These are starting at number 10. The cereals that we put out there for you guys to vote in the Culture Junkie Nation. Number 10 would be Cocoa Puffs.
I can't believe it's that low. Like honestly, how many votes did he get?
It got one.
One?
That's because nobody. Well,
No, I don't want to hear it. Cocoa Puffs is awesome.
no, Cocoa Puffs is awesome, but that bird was garbage.
He was just freaking. But there's a lot of crazy freaking mascots. He was crazy, and I think his name was Sonny.
Yep,
The
Sonny.
freaking Trix Rabbit was kind of crazy.
But see, the thing is, those two to me were basically the same character. Sort
Yeah,
of, kind of.
they sounded the same.
Except Cocoa, he probably had the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Except Cocoa Puffs, I think he actually got to eat his cereal on
He
the
did.
regular.
He
Trix Rabbit only ever got to eat his during
Silly
Christmas.
rabbit.
Yeah,
Tricks
he's
are
like,
for kids.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm on the damn box. Y'all better shut the hell up and give me my
Give
bowl
me my
of cereal.
run me my cereal,
Right.
bruh.
It's like, I'm on this mother freaking.
Ah, cereal.
right. All right. So what's number 9?
Number 9 would be Golden Grams.
Okay, I can see that.
And I got two
I can see
votes.
that.
Okay,
I can see that.
Golden Grams.
And also tied, I guess, with that would be number 8 would be Corn Pops, which also got 2.
Now, see,
votes.
that's wrong. That's wrong.
Because
Yeah,
a lot of
it's-
people didn't
it's
eat
weird.
that, man.
But why? I don't understand.
Again,
why? I don't get it.
Again, here's the thing. We talked about it a little bit last time. The little mini boxes of cereal were deceptive. Because sometimes you would get one of the mini boxes and eat it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Then you get a full-size box, and it's like, all right, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I can't really go through this. Now, certain cereals, you can sit through the damn box and eat the whole box in one sitting.
Honeycombs. That was it for
Right.
me. Yeah,
but
I could do that.
As big as some boxes were, though, that's crazy. But
I know.
But like Pops was one of those. It's like you ate it, and it's like I'm all right for right now. I'll get something a little bit later. You know. See, King Takeem knows what's up. The Trix Rabbit was persecuted. Damn right. Man was on the box and couldn't. And them, I would have like, look, f y'all kids. I'm getting my damn.
You're right.
I'm getting my damp cereal. I'm on. It's like you can. It's not his name wasn't on the box, but damn it, it's just damn near. Like that's my seat. Is your
Right.
name on it? No, I'm on the box, mother freaker. It's like, dude, I'm on the box of cereal.
Right. This
Are
is
you
mine.
kidding
dog. Like
me?
run it.
Right.
This is mine.
All right. So what's the rest of the poll?
Well, the next one after that one would be Fruit Loops, which apparently only got 2 votes as well.
Dang, that's a lot. See, because
Damn.
again, mascot Toucan Sam. That dude was kind of cool.
He was
though.
cool.
He wasn't as cool as Sugar Bear though.
Right. Yeah,
Who
like
was
like
cooler
John
than
P.
Sugar
said,
Bear?
Sugar Bear
Nobody.
was the coolest mascot cereal.
Nobody.
He was. Dude, he was laid back. He could never be bothered, man.
Right. He'd be like people be trying to mess with him. He'd just be walking, doing his little,
Right.
just be chilling. All right. So who's after the Fruit Loops?
After Fruit Loops, we're going to have one that got one more vote than the rest of them, and that's Honeycomb.
Oh, Honeycomb's big.
All right.
Yeah.
Next.
They had that stupid mascot after a while though.
I don't
even
the
remember no
fuzzy
mascot.
one?
Yeah, I
It's like
hated
a
him.
fuzzy,
I
what you
hated
call
him.
it? Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
All right, another one only got 3 is Lucky Charms.
Now that one's a little surprising because kids back in the day, you would think having marshmallows in your cereal that was kind of like a big deal. Having marshmallows in your cereal, along with the regular kibble that they would give you. I guess the toasted
Man
oat
said the
cereal.
regular kibble.
Yeah,
Like we
that's-
horses up in here.
That's
or
what it would be like, man. It's like they would give you little itty bitty big,
I
bits
I
of things,
remember,
right?
But
Okay.
Again, but eventually they marshmallow blasted that too.
They sure did.
I was like,
Yeah, they started.
That's-
What was it? They started giving you whole bags of just the marshmallows themselves, right?
yeah, I'm
so
like,
people was
I'm
picking
like,
out the marshmallows.
right. I'm like, okay. I never liked Lucky Charms though. I'm just,
Yeah.
just full disclosure. I just did not like that cereal.
Yeah.
Only time I ever sampled it was again those little sample boxes,
Mhm.
and I just off of the sample box, I was like, nope, I do not ever need a full size box of this stuff.
Now, for me, like, the only marshmallow cereal that I really, really messed with was, and it was limited edition, was Pac-Man cereal. It was basically Kicks. It was like sugar Kicks. It was like sugar Kicks with marshmallows, Ghost marshmallows, and Pac-Man marshmallows.
I
I used to
remember
love
that.
that.
I remember that.
I used to love that. That stuff was great.
Okay. Have
All right,
fun.
what's next, Dido?
Well, after that Lucky Charms fiasco,
Mm-hmm.
we put Honey Nut Cheerios on there, and that got 4 votes.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is kind of amazing.
That's the healthiest cereal I think on the list, right?
But it's delicious. It is friggin' delicious. I'm sorry. Out of all the healthy cereals,
Mm-hmm.
I'd take that. Well, would frosted shredded wheat be considered healthy? I don't know. But I like
Did you
Honey
say
Nut Cheerios.
would shredded wheat? Be
No,
considered-
frosted shredded wheat.
Oh yeah, it still would be considered healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I like Honey Nut Cheerios.
How many of
I
y'all
never go
didn't
for
it
it.
cereal in the morning but ate it at night as a snack? Everybody?
Yeah, I think
Not
everybody.
too much.
Everybody.
I mean,
I didn't
pretty
do it
sure
all
maybe
the
when I got
time.
older.
Yeah,
it
that was a
depended.
once in a while
It
thing,
would
but
depend.
everybody.
Yeah, Honey Nut clusters. I used to especially on Christmas Eve, eat cereal at night because I was trying to sneak downstairs and
Oh,
see
yeah.
what was going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, what are you doing? I'm getting a bowl of cereal. 'Cause
Right.
I'm hungry.
Right.
And they be trying to like, oh, you hungry? They be trying to cook real. No, like, no.
No.
I need my sugar rush.
Right. Give me my
'cause I'm trying
cereal.
to stay up to
Right.
see what y'all doing.
Right.
Put my damn G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
It's like
together.
I don't even want to
I'm not
hear
aircraft
about
carrier, the hovercraft.
I don't even want to hear about you doing anything for like cooking breakfast in the morning. No, I want to open my presents. Anyway,
Yeah, pretty
we're getting off track. Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
Next one is an oldie but a goodie, and to the point where its name cannot be copyrighted.
This
at
is
all.
number what?
This is number 3.
Uh-huh.
We're at number 3 now.
Third place.
Third place.
Yeah, it's
So
Frosted Flakes.
Okay, now Frosted Flakes. Tony Tiger is another cool mascot.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
Great.
Was he really?
Yeah.
He was
Tony
always
Tiger was cool, dude.
encouraging.
No, he was
encouraging kids to do
encouraging.
great.
I understand that, but that didn't make him cooler than Sugar Bear though.
No,
No,
did I
he's
say
not
that?
considered
Because
Sugar
Did I say that, though?
Here's
I still
the-
say he's top 3 contender though.
Okay,
Absolutely,
and that's
yeah.
fair. No, and that's fair. But Tony the Tiger, let's just put this into perspective.
Oh my goodness.
No. This
Okay, go ahead.
you be sitting there like in Little League Baseball and you just struck out. A damn tiger with a bandana come over and sit down on the bench next to you, giving you some cereal in the middle of a baseball game. What
Okay.
the hell is that, dog?
Okay, so if it was a choice between Frosted Flakes and Wheaties, which one would you take?
Oh, Frosted Flakes
Okay,
all day,
then.
every day, because it already has cereal. I'm sorry, it already has sugar on it.
Oh, right.
Now, Frosted Flakes is one of those rare milk first, cereal second.
Uh-huh.
Because if you put the cereal in first and then pour the milk over top of it, it would wash all of the cereal, all of the sugar off. Usually.
Interesting.
So like you could get your milk in the bottom of the bowl, then get the cereal, then get a little splash of milk over the top just to wet it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But no, if you poured the cereal first and then milked that, it was like pointless. You may as well just be eating Frosted Flakes.
No, John
I'm
P.
sorry,
we don't
Corn
talk.
Flakes.
We don't talk about Life cereal. We only talk about
Life.
Cinnamon Life. Was the only one.
I remember the commercial.
commercial
but
was
damn it, I
fine.
never liked the cereal.
No. Cinnamon Life was fine, but regular Life, forget about it. No, I no.
All right, in silver medal second place.
Second
Who's
place.
number 2?
Number 2, Dido,
Number 2 is
the one that I voted for.
and it's that one that will mess up the roof of your mouth. It's called Captain
Captain
Crunch.
Crunch.
Captain Crunch looks like it got
Captain.
13 votes, and 13 seems pretty good. I
I mean, it's pretty decent.
yeah.
At one point, I think it was near the top. It was like almost neck and neck with the eventual winner. But dude, I don't know where all these people came from. But next thing you know, the gap between Captain Crunch and the eventual winner it was just too wide. It was no way it was going to be overtaken. Mr. Rigamortis says, me and some friends got super high and ate Fruit Loops with red Kool-Aid.
Oh my god.
What the?
Dude, no way.
The dot.
Dude, no way. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Oh,
Y'all signing up for all of the diabetes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
All
So,
right.
and then okay. So number one. Number
one.
one with the
Number
bullet.
1, I wish we had a drum roll. We don't need a freaking drum roll. Is the great greatest cereal that I think has come out in a long time. And I'm going to have to tell you something. When I was a child, probably because my father did not give us sweet cereal like that.
Ace Arcadia is right. You can eat Captain Crunch without milk. You absolutely can.
Yeah, I bet you could.
I will throw back an entire box without some milk. Anyway.
When I was a kid, I did not like this cereal. I don't know why. I just remember it tasting extremely, disgusting. But as I got older,
I like that.
As I got older, the cereal became amazing, and I still love it to this day. And this cereal that's number one, that was voted by you guys in the Culture Junkie Nation, with 25 votes, it looks like, is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast
How
Crunch.
could you ever not like cinnamon?
With Wendell.
I don't know when I was a kid.
Well,
I can't tell you. I don't remember it tasting good.
So
for whatever reason.
Not every cinnamon cereal is made equal or even
course
tastes
not.
the same, right?
Of course not.
Because remember how they tried apple cinnamon Cheerios? Shit was trash. Complete trash.
Well, certain things just shouldn't be done. Real quick out of the chat before it vanishes. Mr. Benson, Christopher Benson over there saying Kix was trash, and any cereal that could be used for arts and crafts should not be eaten.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
100% right on that.
He's absolutely right.
Here's the thing. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has a couple of, and I'm gonna let follow. Matter of fact, follow Marv. You haven't said anything. Wow, jump in, man, and I'll speak after you speak.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I mean, I can't really put anything over Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's always been my go-to for years.
What was your choice?
So,
Which one were you rocking with?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like I said, like that was always my go-to, like for the longest time, and like right behind it was Frosted Flakes. So it's like that's why, like at least like Frosted Flakes being in the top 3, I couldn't disagree with that because that will always be bomb. But like my money is always on Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
Now, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like I said, had a couple of dark side moments to it. For one, its milk was unreusable. If you ever had a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that milk was tainted. And if you poured more Cinnamon Toast Crunch into that bowl, you would probably catch diabetes and die right then and there at your table.
I did it all, man. I did it.
That didn't stop me.
That didn't stop me.
Yeah,
That didn't stop me at all. Maybe that's why I got heart problems now. So I'm just saying.
That cereal was deadly as far as that. Like that milk became the sweetest possible milk ever. Second thing, Wendell the baker killed them other 2 bakers, dog. Because there used to be three bakers on that cereal, and next thing you know, Wendell was my man on the front. Like, dude, like, what happened? And the worst part is, he killed them so bad you don't even remember what their names are.
This is true.
Like, I literally don't, because I remember it's Wendell the baker, and that was it.
Right, but wasn't 2 of them like picking on Wendell?
No. Wendell was the older dude.
Okay.
Wendell was the older guy. He was He was the old guy, and then there was 2 other ones. And this is not one of those crap ass Mandela effect things. Wendell the baker had 2 other bakers on Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and they suddenly got ghost. So
yeah. Oh, we got it. Here we go. Bob.
Bob the Builder
Was one of them.
Bob.
Quello.
I see why. I see why their names are weird as hell. Like one is
Bob and Quello.
One is super duper regular. Sorry to Bob that I do know and over at the TV station. You're good, Bob. But like that's a very standard name. And then Quello, what the hell? How do you go from Bob to Quello? And then Wendell is like right. That's
Ace
I don't get
Arcadia,
that.
where are they now? Serial edition.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. Where are they now? And Bob and Quello are both 6 feet under somewhere.
Right.
Because remember.
Oh no, he pulled a Don Corleone.
He probably did.
Yeah, he did.
And then Rice Krispies had those had three characters.
Yeah.
I don't remember what
Snap,
that.
Crackle,
No,
and
Snap,
Pop.
Crackle, and Pop. Okay.
Yeah, those have never gone away, have they?
Yeah, no.
Well, the thing is,
they have.
I haven't looked at Rice Krispies lately, so I don't know.
Right. No, they haven't.
No,
gone anywhere.
they're still all there.
They're still there.
They made it work.
There was other mascots that just disappeared. Like you had before Cookie Crisp was you had the cop. You had
the cop
wizard.
dog.
Cookie Crook.
Yeah, before them you had a wizard.
Right.
Okay, I remember
That's
the
when
wizard.
you had
Yeah.
sugar cookies. You had the chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
They had more than one kind of cookie, and then they got rid of it. Just did chocolate chip, and then you saw the Cookie Crook and
the Cookie
and
Cop.
the cop.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of the cop.
Yeah, they made the cop the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They brought along a dog. So you had the crook, the
No
dog.
wonder I
And
don't like police.
yeah.
then they got rid of
Right.
and then they got rid of the
They
crook.
got rid of the cook and just left the dog.
Yeah, and just had the
Yeah, just left
dog,
the dog.
and then they changed the dog into a wolf.
Hey man, that's marketing for you.
That's some weird marketing. Cookie Crisp did have some very, very
Yeah,
weird.
that's some
I
marketing
want
for
them
you.
to bring back the other flavors of cookies. Why not? I mean, you got
Because,
15 different flavors
Here's
of
the thing.
freaking.
Here's the thing. You
Captain
know
Crunch.
full well this is why. Cookie Crisp, the chocolate chip cereal one, probably sold the most. And then the other ones were just like, they sit on the shelves and they
Right.
expire. Now, here's the thing. If you slap limited edition on that
Right.
bad boy and bring it out seasonally, great.
Yeah, do that.
They should do that. But
So
you know.
what are we talking here? We talking oatmeal raisin crisp,
I don't see why not.
sugar crisp?
Just whatever cookies that are good, because sugar cookies are delicious.
Yeah, they are.
No chocolate chip cookies are delicious. Excuse me, you already have an Oreo cereal, but that's not of the
I
part.
almost bought that today. I was
Did
like,
you?
nah.
I almost.
Yeah,
almost
I was
wanted to.
like, nah.
Mr.
Nerds,
Burger-
yeah,
yeah,
Nerds had a cereal. I remember the
Yep,
Nerd
Nerds
cereal.
has cereal. They got a
I remember
freaking
that nerd cereal.
Nilla wafer cereal.
They sure do.
Yeah, they do. Right
They
now.
sure do.
Now, Nilla
And it-
wafers are
But it
deadly.
has, it's banana, kind of has a banana flavor to it, and it also has marshmallows in it. So
So it's trying to be
What?
Like a banana
It's
pudding.
trying to be banana pudding.
What?
No,
Yeah, it's trying to be like a
that's
banana pudding.
that's the no. They should have
That's
just left it as
interesting.
Nilla because Nilla wafers by themselves are fine.
Yes.
I'm not a huge banana pudding fan.
Right.
I can eat Nilla wafers though.
All day. All day, every
Man, I
day.
hate that.
what else? They got the Hostess donut
Oh
cereal.
god.
Hostess.
Boom.
I had the donut
frosted,
cereal.
not,
That
not, not
actually
donuts.
was not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, Kyle.
It's honey roll. Honey
Yeah,
roll? Yeah.
I had that one
Sweet
too.
roll, basically sweet roll cereal.
The,
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
honey
Didn't-
buns.
Yeah, didn't
The
they come?
Cinnabon
Yeah,
cereal.
didn't they
There
come
we
out
go.
with like a cinnamon? Yeah, like
There's a Cinnabon cereal.
Yeah, Cinnabon cereal.
The Cinnabon cereal is dope.
I don't think that one's.
Oh,
around anymore.
That's not out anymore. That was limited.
That's a bad idea.
But I
What
do
do you mean it
love
was a
me
bad
some
idea? That shit was
s'mores.
dope.
Have you ever had a whole
was
Cinnabon?
good.
Have you ever ate a whole Cinnabon in one sitting?
Yes, actually.
That's the
Yes.
first problem.
Cinnabons
Yes,
are,
I have,
They're way
yes.
too sweet. In
Yeah,
my
Cinnabons are too much, dude.
They are.
Cinnabons are
There's too much goop. And,
Yeah.
But you're
Lightweights.
you one of
Dude,
those sweet.
I'm
I like savory
licking
food.
the box, taking the cereal
Yeah,
out of it, dude.
there you go.
I mean, this get out of it. That's
All right.
that's how much of a fiend I am. for it.
Christopher Benson
Right.
says, "Bring back Kaboom cereal." I do remember Kaboom.
Right.
I
Ice
vaguely
cream-
remember
John
that.
P. You know, we did this when we
No.
last touched on cereal.
I
He said ice cream
loved
cone cereal.
Yeah.
ice cream
Ice
cone
cream cone
cereal.
cereal. We touched on that the last
I
time.
don't
we talked
remember
about
ice
cereal.
cream
hearing that one. I
cones.
think that was during my
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
not getting that
The cereal
as
with
a
ice
kid.
Oh,
cream
look who
cones.
it is. Look who it is. The Super Nerd
Super
Plus.
Nerd
Look at this
Plus.
guy. We know we miss you, dude. I mean,
Yeah, you're supposed to be here in studio,
kinda did
buddy.
we did this topic for you,
That's
and you're
all
not
right.
even here.
That's
so
all right. That's
look
how
at
it
that.
is.
Put
Yeah.
the camera on. Right there. I didn't even
Yeah.
see this on the box. Look,
Oh, it's right there.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
no,
trying this today. This
Right.
is Sour Patch Kids.
cereal, but put it on the side. There it
Get
is.
your Oreos,
Nutter
Nutter Butters,
Butters,
Chips
Nutter
Ahoy,
Boy,
and
Nutter-
Nilla.
Nutter Butters.
Nutter Butters.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
tried to-
about
I didn't
that.
like the
dude.
Nutter Butter. I
I
tried
don't know
Nutter
about
Butters.
Here's
I
the
tried
thing.
them.
I didn't like peanut butter cereals.
Yeah,
it was
neither
just
do I. I
something
still don't.
weird. It was
You know-
something weird about them.
They got peanut butter pops.
So they
I
got.
know, but
so,
it's just-
so you
it's-
got.
it's something
so you
weird
got,
about
Captain Crunch's peanut butter crunch.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Reese's peanut butter. Reese's Pieces cereal.
Now a lot of people
love
say they
that.
like that.
A lot of people say
But
they like that too. Yeah, but I'm
See,
not.
peanut
I'm
butter
not
for
into
me.
it.
I don't like
Go back
peanut
to
butter.
what you said.
Wait, go ahead.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
We need a
Uh,
Kit Kat cereal.
my
That's
bad.
what we need.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
That'd be interesting. No, but like peanut butter for me has to actually be solid or nougaty. It can't be like cereal. It just it's weird to me. It's like
I don't
like,
know. Peanut butter crunch used to
I-
like have me eating more than one bowl at a
Have
sitting.
fun with
All
that,
right,
my
you know what?
friend.
Speaking of eating the bowls, man, I think it's time to dig in.
I think it's time.
I think it's time to dig in
because
we
I already
we
know.
talking too much
I already
now.
know the power is yours about to turn into something.
Oh,
interesting
absolutely,
after this.
absolutely. So let's get to the main event, everybody.
All right.
Here we go.
The main event.
All right, so let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with the cereals that we're gonna. Jeff, Super Nerd says Jeff made a cereal. I'm not even trying to hear it. All
butter
right,
and
so
jelly cereal.
we got boxes here. My box is Captain Crunch's chocolatey berry crunch. That's one of mine. You saw Dido's Sour Patch Kids.
I had to try it. I got to see
cereal.
what's going on.
We got to
with
try that. But GQ, what did you bring? You brought multiple boxes for
Yeah,
us
because
to
I
try
cheat.
today.
I don't believe in doing just one.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
Look,
of course
I want y'all to.
there
I
were
want y'all
no
to have some
established
issues.
rules.
I
So
wanted to try
Cinnamon
that.
Toast Crunch churros.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking
So-
forward to that.
so
I am
this-
looking forward to that.
I'm gonna throw this one off to the side because I'm
Okay.
gonna leave that one for last because I think we all are probably gonna like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe this existed.
Kiss it. Yeah, I saw that.
Hershey's Kisses
Kisses
cereal.
I've
Yeah,
seen that
so-
before, but I was
Yeah, so
yeah.
we gonna
Like
we gonna
Cocoa
try
Puffs.
that at some
Yeah.
point.
Now, see, that's what I like about chocolate cereals, right? You know, because they turn into chocolate milk afterwards, you can just drink it.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll be just like, you know,
I
good.
guess, but then
Yeah, Twinkie cereals.
The
I
weird
had that
one.
one before.
Twinkies.
I've never had this. I didn't even know
cereal.
this one. I found
What?
now for y'all out there. I got the other two cereals at Meijer. That is a Michigan Midwest store.
Right.
I got this one at Kroger. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, I've had
So-
that one, and I have to tell you, for me, I'm gonna be a little slightly disappointed because they should have did. I don't know if you guys remember Hidden Treasures.
The cream filling.
Yeah,
Or
had
some
cream,
type of
some of
filling.
them had cream filling in
Yeah.
it, some of them did. That was a Hidden Treasure. They did not do that with that, and they should have.
They there was this other one out that supposedly has chocolate in it. It's
Oh,
it starts with a
Crave.
K.
Yeah, it's
Crave.
called Crave.
Okay,
Dude,
yeah.
my kids love that. They
You love
Okay.
Crave? The dude
No, my
that
kids love
runs,
it. I haven't eaten
there's
it.
a YouTube channel called Cereal Time, and the guy, from my understanding, grew up in Michigan.
Right.
And now he's out in Hollywood. He also writes and produces TV shows. He did the Wu-Tang TV show. He's a part of that. I forget his name at the moment, but you could
Chris Bishop saying we all need insulin shots after this.
you can
All
look
right,
up
FP.
his YouTube channel.
All right, so-
but he hates Crave.
All right, so cool.
with
so,
a
so
passion.
we're basically all going to try the same cereal at the same time.
Yep.
So first we're going to do Hershey Kisses cereal. GQ's opening the box
With
right now.
passion. And
Oh,
unlike
we,
all you
we
guys
all
out
have
there,
different milk.
I'm going with this right here because I'm not drinking any freaking cow titty milk no more. I just think it's weird as hell to me. Like you guys out there think it's weird to drink actual titty milk from humans. You, for whatever reason, I don't find that as weird as drinking other animals' milk. Now, like when I was growing up, and what's weird
ain't
about
think
it
nothing about it.
is I'll still eat cheese, I'll still eat ice cream, but it's just weird for me to drink the milk, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna go with almond titty milk.
All right.
Almonds ain't got no titties, bruh.
Yeah, they do. They're just really small.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So hold on.
Well,
You,
bro.
you over there pulling a meet the parents over here. Yeah. I have nipples, Greg.
Right? Can you milk me? Exactly. Paul Marvel, do you got any cereal that you got that you want to kind of eat?
Unfortunately, I still have to go to the grocery store, so I'm
Oh,
a
my
little
man.
bit short right now with
Definitely smells
the
like most
favorite
chocolate
cereal.
stuff.
So I'm
All right.
I'm the odd man out right now.
All right,
Unfortunately.
Well, you are spiritually eating cereal along with us, brother.
Yeah. So Hershey's Kisses cereal obviously tastes exactly like Cocoa Puffs. They're just bigger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Cocoa Puffs all day, every day.
All day, every day. Well, look. Isn't
Not that bad.
isn't Cocoa Puffs made with Hershey's chocolate anyway?
Probably.
Uh,
I think no. At one point it wasn't, and then they got all like, "Hey, we can do some cross branding," and then now with Hershey's chocolate. So yeah, this is probably the exact same thing, really.
Right.
So, I mean,
I love that King Takim's like Dido don't play with bovine breasts.
I need you to go down the street, find me a
Y'all motherfuckers
Cambodian.
Y'all motherfuckers is not going
Right.
to be
He's like, only way,
Drink the finest breast milk.
only way I'm gonna open up the studio is y'all go down the street, find me a Cambodian, and give me some Cambodian breast milk.
Yeah.
They only drink the finest breast milks.
Yeah, this is Cocoa Puffs just disguised as something
Yeah.
else. So
So do we give it any points for this?
I don't think it's Cocoa Puffs, man.
Right.
That's all it really is. There's
So-
nothing special about it.
Right. You know.
So I'm gonna put this out because again, I'm not eating a whole bowl right now because I want to see what y'all got. So if y'all want to open up one of them others,
Let's go ahead and do No, let's do Twinkies next. 'cause-
We're not gonna do two chocolate in a row. And
Yeah,
this right
two-
here is gonna.
Right. That's what I definitely don't want to do that right now. Like
Pretty sure that
definitely
one-
definitely
All
not that
so,
one right
so
now.
Sour Patch Kids is last, huh?
Yes.
Second
Second to last. All right,
yeah.
so
Second to
churros,
last.
churros and Sour Patch will be last.
Oh
All right.
my
Did
goodness.
anybody see that thing on the internet where they were folding these boxes differently and it supposedly stay like you're supposed to fold them in like that, and then push in, and it's supposed to come to like a pyramid type
Yeah,
thing?
I've heard of that, but
I've
I'm
never
like,
seen or
I'm
heard
like-
of anything like that.
and the thing is, and on top of that, like IKEA has these little potato chip like clip deals that you can
Yeah.
get. They come in like a 10-pack or something like that, and I just use those to clip my bag closed. It just works better. So
These look like little Twinkies, but they don't have anything on the inside.
I'm sure that's going to be a little disappointing. Wow, look at that.
what?
I mean, just
They look like little.
They
These
got a
are-
they got a
these are
machine.
really small. Like what?
Oh, you over
Okay.
there? You over there cheat sampling?
Well, no,
dog.
you got to taste it without the milk first.
No, you
know,
don't.
yeah,
No, you
yeah,
don't.
you do.
That's part of the whole thing.
No,
You know what these
Okay.
look? Dang, they got a strong smell to them though.
don't they?
you know what
it's
these-
the powder on the outside.
You know what these look like? They look like them damn pellets you feed to rabbits and hamsters and whatnot.
Yes, they look like rabbit food. You're right
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all can. I don't even know whose camera's up right now. If y'all
Yours.
can see this, that's kind of what they looking like.
Right.
I'm hoping that looks about right. If y'all can see inside the bowl.
Tastes nothing like Twinkies.
Super
'cause I
Nerd's
hate
like,
Twinkies.
he's like, we gonna hey fuck the churro cereal. Oh, okay, man. All right, whatever you say, dude.
But this is very sweet.
Oh, dude, I can smell it already. That it's sweet. Like it came
Okay.
off smelling sweet.
It's really sweet,
Uh-huh.
but even the taste when you put it in your mouth, you're just like, what? Like, what is this? Like, what am I tasting here?
Isn't that what what was that Woody Harrelson's character in Zombieland was trying to get him some Twinkies? I wonder if he would have settled for Twinkie
Okay,
cereal.
yeah, no, I can't do that.
But
I can't do that.
you can eat a goddamn Cinnabon and lick the goddamn thing.
No, I can't.
Eat
No,
this.
but no, that it's something about the consistency of these cereal pellets. I can't. No, they basically once you bite into them, they almost turn into powder.
Yeah, they're trying to be like the cream. I think it's like you get the
No,
Crunchy, they're trying to turn
I'm
it
not.
into cream.
Yeah, I'm not
I
feeling
think
that.
I think what it is with this particular cereal, I think is like this is the one like Captain Crunch that needs to sit for a second before you actually start eating it.
I don't know, man. The more milk that you let sit in this thing, it might get worse.
I don't know. It might suck up the milk and expand. Be like Ghostbusters. Be
I'll-
like, you represent a Twinkie that was 45 feet long and weigh over 200 tons.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big Twinkie.
That's a big Twinkie.
Yeah, that's a big Twinkie.
All right.
So apparently Dido really loves his because he's like wolfing it.
yeah, he
down.
over there eating
Yeah,
that.
he's just like wolfing it
But I
down.
don't put a lot in there. I put way less than you did.
I didn't put a lot in mine either.
You didn't put a lot in mine, did you? You put a lot in mine?
Yeah, you got a lot, dude.
So that's a lot.
You got quite a big bowl of.
Yeah, I
Damn,
feel
Dido
like
over there. Dido over there
He
finishing
drinking
bowls.
the milk too. Come on, Saul. Okay. All right.
He got his almond milk.
Rigor
Maybe
mortis is like they should make a
maybe the
bacon
almond
brand
milk.
cereal.
Maybe the almond milk is the difference for
Dude.
that Twinkie cereal.
Mr. Rigor Mortis, they
Maybe.
already have a bacon cereal. It's made by the people that did Honey Bunches of Oats. They had a chicken and waffle and then a bacon cereal. I tried both of them.
Bacon.
I don't recall any of the meat flavor in either one of them, but they most definitely do.
All right, what's next? You gonna do your Captain Crunch?
Yeah, we should do the
Captain Crunch. Yeah, I got it for you.
Okay.
While you go ahead and talk and speak and,
Yeah, all right,
and hype
so-
up why you bought this one.
So honestly, the part of the reason I was a little apprehensive because honestly, Captain Crunch always tastes like Captain Crunch to me. But now you're talking about a chocolate version of Captain Crunch. First of all, I'm used to Captain Crunch tasting a certain way, so I'm a little worried that it's going to taste different. But the only thing that was kind of helping it was that it had red crunch berries with it, and I'm like, oh, just red crunch berries, because like that reminds you of what Captain Crunch berries
Get a bowl for me, Dido.
used to be like, where the crunch berries, where the berries were always all just red, and that's it. They weren't like blue, they weren't green,
Thank
nothing.
you.
It was just red. So let's see if it's got the old school crunch berry flavor.
Look at you over there sampling. Man, better pour some milk in that bad boy.
Yeah. Well,
Gender.
you know, I don't think there's gonna have a whole bunch
Hold on,
of
let
chocolate.
me get the camera so I can show the peoples what
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
looks like.
There
This
you
is this is what his cereal choice was. So I don't know. And again,
like
the red.
ground
I agree
beef.
with you 100%. The red berries
Yeah,
is a good thing.
yeah. It evokes
If
the
I didn't know
classic,
any better, it looked like ground beef.
I'm gonna
yeah.
pretend you didn't say that. I'm gonna ignore that.
This actually, to me, tastes more like the crunch berries than I don't really taste the chocolate at all.
That's the thing. Certain flavors and usually cereal red dye pretty much like crushes all other flavors. Usually, not all
Yeah.
the time, but like yeah, I can see the crunch berry is probably overwhelming this.
And I
one.
guess it's good in this case that they didn't go overboard with the chocolate and basically screw up the flavor. I guess because I think crunch berries has such an iconic taste a little way that if they had put so much chocolate on it, it would kind of just thrown it off and it might have messed it up.
John P. He says, "Where are the free prizes in the boxes of cereal? They cut in too many corners nowadays."
Yeah.
That's a good question. Actually, a lot of the boxes now just have activities on the back. I don't know if it was a choking hazard thing because you know how they are nowadays. Some kid probably poured the whole thing out there. The prize came out and he ate the prize too. Like, dude, it's in a plastic wrapper. Open it. Put that off to the side.
It
Dog.
did not cut the top of
It
my
does
mouth
not
at all.
cut the top of your
It feels a
mouth.
lot softer than they did back in the day. A lot softer.
It does not cut the top of your mouth, though.
Uh-oh.
That one's not bad. What's up? You feeling it?
No, it's...
Oh, it's time.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's... I'm literally afraid. Like, why?
Yeah,
I
so-
know what Sour Patch Kids taste
So
like.
far,
Oh,
out of all
I'm-
of these, the Captain Crunch one tastes the most like its regular cereal, I guess. Now, granted, I don't have any point of reference for Twinkies or well, again, no Hershey's. We had a frame of reference for Hershey's because of the Cocoa Puffs thing.
All right, so wait. So out of all the cereals, what would you give them? Like if it was a score out of 10, like what would you give everything? I would give the Twinkies a 4. I hate that thing. I think it's terrible. I think it's just terrible. I don't like it at all.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's still average to me.
Yeah. So
Well, hold on, mine sat for a little bit. Let me take it. Another,
okay. So
take
yeah.
another,
So
take another
you
bite.
go. You go ahead. Go
See
right
what we
ahead.
got.
All right, here it is. We're opening up this... Oh, goodness.
Sour.
Holy shit,
God.
bro.
Godspeed, General.
Dude,
Man.
it smells just like Sour Patch Kids.
Come here. Come
All
here.
right, all right. This is
Give
about-
here.
This is about to be crazy.
Godspeed, gentlemen.
Oh my dog! It does. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, my
Why didn't you pour yourself a bowl while you had it in hand?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I should have, but
Yeah. So you have-
I wanted him that honor. It was his box.
and that's fine. I'm just,
Damn, man.
Say-
You kind of got a healthy little.
This man is finishing bowls over here,
Dude,
man.
You got a healthy. Did you not eat
That's not
dinner?
a whole bunch.
Did you not eat dinner today?
I had
You brought
something
your
about
appetite?
4 o'clock today.
I
so
think
you-
no.
so
I
you
think
really
what it
did
is,
bring your appetite.
he got some Cambodian breast milk in there, and he just brought a
mu-
box
that-
over
that
that said
must be
almond
it.
milk.
It's all about the almond titty, man.
Yeah, that must.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Boy,
All right, Dado's taking a
boy.
bite. So
Man, if Pop Rocks and Sour Patch Kids had a baby,
yo,
they'd make that
the
face.
look on his face is priceless, bro.
Hey, here's one thing that granted, I remember they tried to do this on an
Oh,
episode.
gosh.
I remember they tried to do this on an episode of Married with Children way back in the day, the Smell-O-Vision.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all, I wish y'all could have Smell-O-Vision because this stuff, woo boy, get a close up. This
Ooh,
stuff
damn.
literally smells exactly like he said, just like Sour Patch Candy.
Oh,
It
my
literally
God.
smells
Yeah, it
just
does.
like it. So the taste is
Good
probably
thing y'all
gonna be.
saved that for last, huh?
Oh no!
No, it's
There's
in
still one
last.
left.
The churros
I
is
think
last.
we saved the best for last though, possibly.
Oh, the churros.
Yeah, the cinnamon toast churros. Cinnamon
Oh,
toast
y'all
churros.
straight? Are y'all straight?
Yeah, because we had
Okay,
that
man.
first. That would
Y'all-
kill your taste buds.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all
First of
y'all
all,
can wash y'all palate with that
So
next one.
I literally just tasted this, right? I want to know how the fuck they did this, because this shit tastes just like Sour Patch Kids. Like, I'm not kidding. What do you think, GQ?
And that's
Here's
a
the
detriment
interesting-
to the cereal.
No. It's not actually. Here's the thing. It literally is a taste transformation.
Yes.
This actually has a taste transformation because you smell it,
Mm-hmm.
you smell Sour Patch. Like, full on that sour smell
Mm-hmm.
and that whole thing. But when you eat it, it's got a mixture of sour and sweet.
It sure does.
It's actually not, I ain't going to sit there and eat it all day,
Oh no, I wouldn't either.
but it's
amazing what they did.
You know what it is? It's sour Fruit Loops.
I like that.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like sour Fruit Loops. It's got like
Yeah.
that. It's got a little bit of Fruit Loops taste in it,
Yeah.
but it's not quite Fruit Loops though.
So, Mr. Rigor Mortis is like, so does it taste like candy? Yes.
Yes.
It does taste like the
100%.
candy. Yes, it does. Absolutely, it does. So, and then Gerald D. Money is like, you guys should try to buy some
didn't-
Garbage Pail cereal.
I didn't know there was a garbage pack.
FYE has it, I believe, but the problem
Oh,
is you
that's
can't go to
13.
FYE right now.
Yeah, and there's $13 a box. Anything that's
Yeah.
an FYE, like those Bootios.
Yeah, well, no. See, I actually wanted to try those, but I think they were probably just some other cereal repurposed.
Yeah, they.
All right, so I'm not gonna eat the rest of the Sour Patch Kids cereal because I do think that's a little bit too much. but I did like the taste of them enough to say that I would give it probably a 7. It's not the greatest.
I'd eat the freaking Twix over that. I mean, it's not terrible like you say, but it's just like
Twinkies.
yeah, Twinkie
Oh.
Twix. I said Twix. Another cereal they should make, Twix cereal.
That'd be interesting.
That would be
Like
interesting,
that would be
you're right.
bomb if they
That would,
did
that would,
that.
that would
but-
be interesting. You're right.
My thing is, I'm just gonna put it on the whether I would
I'm gonna give the kids with Sour Patch Kids
make
cereal.
them cut the grass. There
Yeah.
you go.
I
There
mean,
you
hey,
go.
but no, Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Not bad.
It's a 7. It's not bad. It's definitely not. It's not better than Captain Crunch,
Yeah,
but it's definitely better than Twinkies.
So far, out of all of these, the only one I would actually buy straight up would
Is
probably be
the
the
Captain
Captain
Crunch?
Crunch.
Yeah.
So far.
So far.
Like,
Yeah, I'd buy the Captain Crunch.
yeah, like I wouldn't. Again, I would eat the Sour Patch if it was there in front of me, but I'm not going to the store to go pick
No.
up a box.
I don't even know what I'm gonna
Agreed.
do with that.
Agreed. You can give it to me. I'll
want
take
it?
it home
You
to the
take
kids.
it
I know they'll eat it.
You can have it.
Yeah,
You can have it.
I know
'Cause
they'll eat it.
That's one thing is like like you said, it's
sure.
not too. It does taste just like the candy. The biggest issue is I don't want to eat candy like that.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's
like even the
I eat Sour
Kisses
Patch.
one,
Yeah.
but even the Kisses one doesn't taste like you're eating into a kiss. It's like cereal that's chocolate, and they did exactly that. It's cereal
Uh-oh.
that tastes like that, but
Now, see, because I eat sour candy all the time. So
I like
for
sour
me-
candy.
Yeah, so for me, the Sour Patch Kids cereal was like having the candy. And it's amazing. It's not disgusting. And I know a lot of people have said like, "Ooh, it's disgusting." And even I thought it was probably going to be disgusting, but actually, isn't all that bad. It really isn't.
It's just again,
All
it's
yours.
sour Fruit Loops, and I
Yeah.
think that's just
All
an odd flavor. Now here we go. This is the last one for the night. The cinnamon toast. Oh shoot, I was supposed to show y'all what it looked like. Let me see
Yeah,
if I
go
can
ahead.
see if I can still without the bowl spilling any milk on my camera or anything crazy.
No, I think that ship may have sailed.
it definitely tastes like a churro.
All right, so
It's a little
I don't know
disappointing
if-
though in the aftertaste. After you chew it, it's like the first taste great, and then when you start chewing it, it kind of loses its.
Loses a little bit, huh? So it doesn't live up to the cinnamon toast name.
It's not as cinnamony as I,
I would
thought it
say
would be.
that I would say from what I remember, I would say that it doesn't quite hold up as like the original brand, but it's still solid. think it's still-
It's good, but it's again, if it had more cinnamon, I think it would be better.
What's up, Mr. Guy Gardner over there on Twitch? How you doing, sir? We
up,
are
bro?
doing the cereal challenge right now. We just all had partaking of some interesting cereals.
Very.
We're eating the cinnamon toast churros right now. Here's the problem with these. They have the flavor because again, they're cinnamon toast crunch basically.
Well, Seminar Plus
But
saying
the
saying it sucks, but we're not saying it sucks.
Yeah, I didn't say it sucks.
doesn't
I just
suck.
think the problem with it is it's too thick. Cinnamon toast crunch as a regular, the way it normally is, that little small like square flake, it works. But this is like, okay, you're chewing it, and it's like, dude, this thing is big. It's odd. It's a little bit much.
It's not cinnamony enough
Yeah,
after you start chewing into it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like yeah,
like on
all the
the
cinnamon
outside.
goes off real quick, and then now you just got this big old loaf in your mouth.
right.
And I know that sounded odd, but it's a big old loaf.
It did sound odd, man.
The cereal lab must stay busy with these ideas of flavors they are making. Yeah, John P, you're 100% right. Hand of Omega, I know about Smell-O-Vision. That's why I referenced it. But the last time you had any public thing done with that was a Married with Children episode where they literally, in supermarkets and various places, were handing out little smell deals, scratch-off smell cards, and it was an interactive episode, so to speak. I remember these things because I have a great memory,
Right.
and I'm awesome like that.
All right, so that was the cereal brawl. Out of all of the ones that we tasted, I think piling up all of the basically the feelings I think we have. I think all three of us here in the studio that have partaken would probably say the best one out of the bunch is probably the churros. Second would be
I think the crunch.
you think the crunch is better? You think the crunch is better?
100%.
Okay, so which one would you say you would buy on the regular if you were to buy
If
one?
out of those five, I'd
Yeah.
buy the crunch berry.
How about you, GQ?
Yeah, probably the Crunchberry. Crunchberry tastes pretty straightforward. Wait,
Okay.
one's missing. One box is missing.
The Hershey Kisses.
I'll put it down
Hershey.
here.
And see, and the Hershey's Kisses, we can we
These are
almost
just Cocoa
discounted
Puffs,
that. It's
man.
just Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah,
It's just
so
a bigger version
it's
of
just
Cocoa
a little
Puffs.
bit more chocolatey. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a little bit
Yeah.
darker. No, it is. It
Yeah,
is
okay.
because Cocoa Puffs isn't. Cocoa Puffs is like dark, but this is like dark.
Yeah.
Like it's not dark chocolate now, but it's as far as the cereal itself is.
And
a
I guess
darker
for
color.
me, I thought that looking at this Hershey's Kisses cereal, when you look at it and you see all this brown in it,
Yeah.
you think it would be a little more chocolatey than it is.
I think it's
and
really
not.
chocolatey.
I don't think it's any more chocolatey than Cocoa Puffs.
See, that's the thing is I haven't had the Cocoa Puffs in such a long time.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I just had Cocoa
I don't
Puffs
have any.
not too long ago.
real-
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, it's definitely more chocolatey than that chocolate
yeah.
one because it's
Yeah.
like that chocolate one has a little hint, but it still to me tasted more like crunch berries. But I think it's because those berries always had such a distinctive flavor to them.
Yeah.
Like those crunch berries, even the original crunch berry back when they were just red,
Yeah.
always out taste. It's like you could taste that more than the actual cereal. No matter how many you came across in your bowl, it was never enough though.
yeah.
Never ever enough.
Yeah.
And then they came out with Oops All Berries and freaking made all them other. I'm like, I don't need these other colors. Give me red.
Red, just give me red. Right.
That's all I
I
needed,
just want the
dog.
red. Right. So the chocolatey crunch berries is number 1. Number 2 is the churro cereal.
Yeah.
Number 3 is probably
I think Sour Patch.
Sour
honestly,
Patch Kids is
I think
probably
Sour
3.
Patch is sitting at 3.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
Dido's probably going to be different. Well,
It's just
you put
because
Twinkies
it
is
tastes
3, right?
Too much like the candy, and it just throws me
See,
off.
that's like-
man.
No, I understand that. I understand that part of it, but for me, I think it's a shocker that it actually has a somewhat
Agreed.
okay taste, though.
Yeah,
I think that's
agreed.
what caught me. I can actually place what it tastes like to me, and like I said, it tastes like a sour Fruit Loops.
It does. Can you imagine if one day they come out with because apparently back in the 80s they had a cereal. It was an orange juice cereal. I don't remember the name of
Fuck.
it. Yeah,
What?
it
I
looked
know
like
I know what he's
Kix,
talking
But
about.
it probably tastes like orange juice. Now I don't know what it tastes like because back in the 80s I wasn't eating that type of cereal. But if they were to come back out with something like, I bet you they could replicate.
Oh yeah,
an
they could.
orange.
Yeah, they could do it. They
doing
could do
this.
it, and they could sneak it in there, and somebody will eat it. It ain't gonna be me, but somebody will eat it.
And I was looking at the Cinnamon Toast Crunch wiki, and I pissed I missed out because I've been seeing pictures of this Frosted Toast Crunch that came out friggin' 8 years ago.
Frosted
Didn't-
Toast Crunch.
Frosted Toast Crunch and sugar.
Under the Cinnamon Toast Crunch banner.
yeah.
Okay, I
and
got
sugar,
you. Yeah.
Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch came out in 2014.
Now that I
Like,
didn't know about. I never saw the sugar. Now
I saw
again,
the picture because
I have. They
Super Nerd
still
Plus put
sell
it up.
that at the local market.
Oh, they
When
do?
you talking
Oh,
about the
dang.
sugar cookie ones.
Hey man,
They showed.
you need
They
to go
sell
ahead
them
that
at
at
Sugar
local
buy
Cookie
market.
one,
Crunch?
Pretty good.
buy one, and ship it to us, man. And you
They
go
got-
ahead and do that, man.
They gotta have it
He's
around.
laughing
here.
like,
will
I'm
next
not
time I
serious.
get there.
I'm totally serious.
They gotta have it around here.
they might.
I mean, he's not that far from you. You're like
Indiana.
2 hours
Yeah.
away from us.
I'm in Indiana. I'm like a half hour outside of Chicago.
Yeah, you're
so-
you're freaking
Okay.
freaking
Yeah,
3
he's about
hours
3 hours
from
away.
us.
Yeah.
Orange cream would be dope according to Mr. Rigor Mortis.
Well, they do. They have. Let me find a link from it because, like I said, the guy that does this, the
Serial Time.
YouTube Serial Time,
Serious time.
he talked about it, but I don't think he knew what it
Yeah,
tasted
Super Nerd
like
knows that guy.
either.
Super Nerd's been talking to that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
knows that guy.
cinnamon toast churros. It's basically the cinnamon toast crunch, but much thicker.
Dude.
And I think that's what throws it off for me.
For me, yeah, if the churros had just a little bit more cinnamon, it probably
Well,
would take
you
it.
want a damn Cinnabon. That's what you want.
I don't want a Cinnabon. I don't need the Cinnabon in cereal form, but I definitely need more cinnamon than that. So
Oh, they were called OJ's. Kellogg's made them.
I see why they're off the market.
I see why they're off the market too. Okay.
Like, I wonder if they got a wiki.
They-
on
Oh
it.
my
They could at
God.
least just rebrand. it
Okay,
as
hold
something
on.
else.
Y'all gotta remember the it's set for a little bit milk. Set in the milk for a little bit. Hershey's Kisses get stronger.
Wow.
Oh, as you let it sit.
They get stronger.
So how does it taste? Is the
It's-
cereal itself mushy?
Dude, the cereal's a little bit mushy, but the chocolate is solidified and gotten
Oh, really?
stronger.
Oh, so basically, we made the mistake of eating it too fast.
I know.
Basically,
That's why, like you said, you see all of mine are still sitting here.
I can't
Right.
do that.
No, I
As
can't do
soon
that.
as the milk
Yeah,
gets in, I gotta start eating it. I
Well,
don't
no,
like
but see,
soggy
I
cereal.
wanted to test the theory because
'Cause
the
you know
Twinkies,
why?
especially the Twinkies. I think the Twinkies. Let me see. Let me get. I'm gonna let them sit a little bit longer,
Bruh, nah, bruh.
dude. That's why I got water over here and cleansing my palate.
Okay, that's the wise thing to do. Because I was gonna say, you know, the reason why Dotto and I can't do that, right? That would be Fruity Pebbles. Because, dude, you put Fruity Pebbles in milk, that shit's gone.
Fruity Pebbles may as well have just been paper.
Right, that shit is
1985.
gone.
That's when it came out.
Yeah,
For
no,
which one? OJ's?
Yeah.
Well,
and like literally, I can't.
that's back when Orenthal Jones could, still to go around and do
Yeah,
stuff.
so I can't do Fruity Pebbles for that very reason because it
Well, that's why Fruity
it's
Pebbles
too-
was not allowed on the.
It wasn't on the
premises.
list, and you saw some people got mad. It was like,
Like,
where's
where's
the Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles?
Pebbles?
Like,
Fruity
I'm not putting that on there.
You know, Fruity Pebbles couldn't make it to the list because they disintegrated before we was able to type out the name.
Exactly. Exactly, man. I can't do that. Anyway, so all right, guys. So that was the cereal brawl. We want to hear your opinions
Twinkies
on
can't
what
do
are
it.
your favorite Twinkies.
Twinkies
No.
can't do it.
No, dude.
Twinkies has zero staying power.
Yeah,
dog.
no. Twinkies is probably the worst cereal out of the 5. I put Twinkies below the Hershey's Kisses for real. You
Yeah.
put it above probably Sour Patch Kids. You put it at 3, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Dino.
most definitely. I mean, like I said, I tried the Twinkies one before this whole thing. That's the only one out of all these that I've tried before, and I didn't think it was terrible. I don't think I would go out and buy it again just because it was worth just trying. Same thing with the Hostess Donuts one and the Honey Bun one. I did it to try it. Out of all the vanilla wafer one, I liked because it was banana pudding. I like banana pudding. I didn't like the Nutter Butter ones.
Wait a minute. So you bought all those and you tried them?
Yeah,
The Nutter Butters? Oh.
throughout the years.
This is over the last course of a year.
Okay.
And I do really like. My wife and I love the s'more cereal, and the s'more cereal is Golden Grams, Cocoa Puffs with marshmallows in it, all put together, and it's so freaking delicious. So delicious.
My man said, "Pass the milk if you want to live."
Exactly. No, exactly. No, exactly it.
Cereal technology is one bowl at a time.
Right.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah,
Love
you
it,
guys
though.
are funny.
Love it.
Yeah, you guys are funny. All right, so the power is yours, everybody. We're going to turn it over to you, and you run with it.
The power is yours!
So,
OJ.
Peanut
Stash
butter
that
toast
is
crunch.
delicious.
Wait a minute.
Delicious.
Peanut butter toast crunch is something that actually exists. I don't know.
I don't know.
What?
I
I
mean,
see a
as far
picture
as
you-
peanut
with
butter goes, I mean, the
Did
only
you
ones
put
I'm
the
familiar
peanut
with is the
peanut butter
Reese's
toast
and
crunch?
It's in the picture you put up for our show right now. It's on the thing. Peanut butter toast crunch.
I've
I
heard
wasn't
of
even
it,
paying
but-
attention.
Oh,
to that.
wow.
I'm sorry.
This
I'm
can't.
gonna-
Is this
Yeah.
in the United States?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to.
Might be.
I'm gonna
They
have
got
to track
something on here
that
called
down. Like that might be
Strawberry
something I
Pops.
can invest in.
Strawberry Pops. I know it's not in the United States, and it has a
So,
seal.
right out the gate, Hand of Omega wants to throw curveballs.
That's not a curveball.
Yeah, it
It's
is
the
a
power
curveball.
is theirs.
Yeah.
The rank the hottest ninja babe, Taki, Mai, or Kasumi.
My
Mai.
Without question.
my
bouncy.
wins because first of all, Taki is mainly them pants and she had butt jiggle.
Right.
I don't
My-
know.
My started butt
Per-
jiggle before all of them.
Right. And boob jiggle.
I don't
of
know.
course.
Personally, I'm going with Taki because I find my annoying.
I mean, and that's
Right,
fine.
okay.
I guess if you watch the Fatal Fury anime movie a little bit too many times.
That's
I
that was my first
suppose-
introduction to her.
Okay,
so that kind of carried
then,
over.
Then I would do it. Okay, so I
Whatever.
get it.
Strawberry Pops. Where the hell is
And
this?
Kasumi, to me, Kasumi doesn't have enough of a personality.
Kasumi's just boring.
Yeah,
dude.
and she doesn't have enough of a
Kasumi
personality.
just be sitting there.
Right.
At least
Like,
Ayane
Ayane
got,
was
some
more
fire.
interesting than Kasumi.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
No, exactly. I totally agree because Kasumi has no
Australia,
personality at all.
South
So
Africa. That's why.
John P says Taki is fine. Which is
boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
guess.
talking about Taki
mean,
from Soul Calibur? right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
some tight boobies in.
She
I know that
did.
sounds
Well, she
in
did,
the first
but-
Soul Calibur.
No, she did. She had nipples that
In the
were
first Soul
present.
Calibur.
She did.
I mean, look, the woman was built. Like we're
Okay.
gonna act.
No,
we're
she
not
was,
gonna act
but,
like
but,
Taki was
but
not
when
built.
but when then Soul Calibur 2 came out and Ivy Valentine showed up, it was like
It was over.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I guess
okay.
there
I
was-
mean-
I guess there was somebody.
yeah, but
that
she
was
showed
interesting.
hell of a lot more in compared to Taki.
No,
though.
no. In Soul Calibur 2, she was somewhat tame. In Soul Calibur 4, that's when they were just like, forget it.
Right.
It's just because the very first
mean-
image of Soul Calibur 4 was her in that that boob outfit with one strip of material. Who should play
Oh,
that?
right.
Dude,
Now-
there's
now, who
there's
should
no
play-
one who could play
Who should,
either
who
of
should
them.
play
in
them in
live
live
action.
action? That's not
Well,
true.
they already
If we-
messed
if
up.
we-
Not true.
They already messed up and put my. They already
Devin
put Maggie.
Aoki?
No,
No,
they already
they-
put Devin
Oh no,
Aoki
Maggie
as Kasumi.
Q.
It's Kasumi,
Yeah, they
yeah.
put
If
Maggie
you remember
Q in
the
as
King
Mai.
of Fight, if you
Yeah.
remember the King of Fighters movie,
I do.
that-
We all
Jesus.
sat down and
Maggie Q
watched
was
it
mine.
one
Yeah,
time.
that
Maggie
was
Q.
definitely
I'm like,
messed up.
Maggie
What
Q is a
that?
pretty. She's a very attractive
She's
lady. but
beautiful,
she is-
but
she
a
is
my
my
hero
hero.
is she's not.
Yeah, absolutely, positively none.
Mr. Romero says Ibuki. Out of who's the hottest ninja babe? Ibuki.
Ibuki's a high schooler, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
Ibuki's
jailbait, bro. You
underage.
Better leave that alone.
That's why he quickly put just kidding.
Right, you just
He
kidding.
Quickly
Quickly.
put that.
Yeah,
on
man, that's
there.
jailbait, man. You don't want to do that.
Nah, I don't know. Like the only one that hasn't been portrayed in live action is Taki.
Yeah,
No, Soul
I mean,
Calibur.
anybody
Yeah,
from
well,
Soul Calibur has to
yeah,
be
yeah,
portrayed.
Soul
yeah.
Calibur as a movie would be really hard to do. In a way.
No. If they do it, and again, it's always the operative word.
But how
If
would
they
you
do
the
it
story?
right,
How would you do the story?
the story is just you do the Soul Edge story. You literally turn it into I don't know who you're gonna pick as the main character. You probably actually could make. You could do Taki as the main character because here's why. Taki honestly is the one. Out of Taki, and then in Soul Calibur 2, what is it, Zhang Hua, and who's the dude with the staff?
Yeah,
Kilik?
Yeah.
Kill it.
Yeah, out of those two,
basically,
yeah.
it's the big three in the game was Zhanghua,
see this
Killick,
picture.
and Maxi technically.
You guys see this picture? I was looking
Yeah.
up Taki cosplay, and we're talking about her.
my
on
dude,
tribute.
Gerald D. Boney, Smurfberry Crunch. That was the truth back in the day.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You see, I don't. Okay, but if you do Maxi as a main character, they're gonna go for all of that standard, really, really boring. He's a jokester, and it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah,
And I think
See-
like Soul Calibur as a movie, if you do it right, it has to be a quest movie. It literally has to be
Yeah.
maybe Taki and one other person. If you want to do it as a guy, fine or whatever. Team up to go after the broken pieces of Soul Edge. They run into Cervantes and Ivy and all of the various characters, but at the end it becomes like, okay, Inferno, manifests, and it's like, well, F it. All y'all got to fight together, otherwise, the world's gonna
see,
end.
but more or less, you would have to have a character that doesn't, because again, you would have to bend the rules a little bit for
Oh, of course.
screenplay stake,
Yeah.
screenplay,
Mhm.
stake or whatever.
Mhm.
Because the thing is, you would have to go with characters that don't mind teaming up, and Taki has always been a loner character, like
I
up until
understand
she
that, but-
decided to train a protege.
I understand
So it's like
that,
you would
but
have to,
she's
so
gonna
you
have,
have to like
learn.
bend that character wise for her to be like, okay, I will align myself with you to do this, that, and do that in the third.
All right,
So,
that's
but I
fine.
wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind that. But to me, like, I think that that would be going against a character a bit too much for me.
That's fair.
But that's just
King Takeem is saying that Siegfried as a protagonist or no. Okay, and that's fair, and that's fine.
Well, Siegfried would have
He
to,
could.
but he
he
would have to
could,
turn
'cause-
into the antagonist by the end because we all know
Exactly,
what happened to him.
because you got to have Nightmare, man. But Mr. Rigor Mortis is saying make a Castlevania movie. I could see that.
Well,
I'm
it'd be
good with
great
the
with that
animated
TV
series.
series.
I'm good
Oh
with
no,
the
no,
animated
I mean-
series.
no. I want a live action Castlevania movie.
Which
a big
story
budget.
arc?
Let's start off with let's do Trevor into Simon. But again, that's just the Netflix
Yeah.
series. So you just do Simon.
They haven't done Simon yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
do-
we
yeah,
could
do-
start
yeah,
off with
do
Simon.
Simon.
We could start off with Simon.
start
and
off with
like
Simon.
a new
Yeah.
live action movie.
Yeah, start off with Simon and then maybe possibly bring in but see the problem is Castlevania 3 storyline is so good because you got those other characters that you can bring in. You can bring in Sypha and you can bring in Alucard. That's what makes that Netflix series so good. It's
Yeah.
just like it
The
touches
three of
on
them,
the
Trevor,
coolest one.
Trevor Sifa and Alucard together
Mhm.
as a trio, make that series so good.
Right.
Really do.
But
Yeah.
like if you did a solo Castlevania 1, it could be done. I'm just trying to think of who could play Simon.
you
That
get
would
unknown.
be
You
that
get
would be
unknown.
interesting to kind of find someone with like his bit, because to me he always looked like Conan the Barbarian with a whip.
All right,
Like-
Chris Hemsworth. You obviously got to get Thor himself. Chris Hemsworth is Simon Belmont.
Simon Belmont.
Right,
Uh-huh.
like that's like the only person I can really think to do it, because he has like the perfect build for it. You just put him in a wig like Thor. He's essentially
Yeah.
Simon Belmont.
Here's the problem I
know?
have, though, man. They've already had the perfect Medusa, and it was from that craptastic Clash of the Titans. The Medusa in that was so well done that it's like, if you're gonna do a Medusa again, she's got to be on that level or better. And because
Right.
the thing is, the Greek mythology, it has always been one of my favorite things, and Medusa has
Yep,
always
same.
been like, to me, has been like, dude, that's scary. You fighting against something
Yeah.
you can't even look at, like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You can never see her.
Right, I've always thought that was such a really
Like even
just
in the
messed
original
up thing.
Clash of the Titans,
Yeah.
Medusa was the one that creeped me out.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah. Harry.
Well, that
Harry,
animation
Harry
on
Howard-
its own was just
Well,
Yeah.
What's my man's name? Harry
Hamlin.
huh?
Harry Hamlin.
No,
Yeah.
not the actor. I'm talking about the effects guy. Harry, it's something.
Mm.
Hand of Omega, help me out on this. Harry, something Hausen.
Bigglesworth.
yeah.
It's something Hausen is his last name. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But his stop motion, because
Keanu
again,
as Dracula.
he was the same guy that was responsible for Jason and the Argonauts and all that, and the Sinbad and that stop motion.
Yeah, it's Ray Harryhausen.
Ray
Harryhausen.
Ray
There he
Harryhausen.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, his effects work in Clash of the Titans was freaking amazing. So you have and then like I said, in the updated one with Sam, I'm gonna be a man, Worthington. The hell happened to him anyway,
Yeah,
man?
he just fell off the
He fell
planet.
way
He was in
off.
everything, and then just
Too
gone.
Right.
oversaturated and fell off the face of the earth. That's what
I don't know if
happened.
it was oversaturated. He
It
just
like-
was. He's
what was it?
bland.
Wasn't what was it?
Wait,
It was
yeah,
Terminator
but
Salvation,
he was
and then
like
he
was
was just
showing
done.
up in like
Yeah.
one movie
Yeah.
after another for a good minute.
Yeah,
Like
he
what?
was.
Hold on. He did Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. He did Terminator
Terminator
Salvation,
and that was it.
And what else did he really do?
No, that was it. Literally,
It
that
was
was
like I can't remember, but it was like a couple of other like projects that he was in,
Scott
and it
Adkins
was
is
like
not gonna be Dracula.
theatrical release. I can't recall. Hold on. Let me look it up.
All right. Now going back to some of my staple actors, I would put no. Then again, he already played Dracula, so he ain't gonna do it again.
Dominic, what's his name?
No, Dominic.
He was in that.
Dominic
Dracula
Cooper.
movie. Yeah.
He was in Abe Lincoln. He was in that Abe Lincoln
I
movie.
thought he was Dracula.
Nah, he
Not
was a.
Dominic Cooper, the man that played the brother of in the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, that's who I'm thinking of, Luke Evans.
Luke Evans.
But
Well,
he played Dracula.
Evans.
Yeah, he played Dracula already in Dracula Untold. And Dracula Untold actually was a good movie.
Which would, if you look at it, why was it the same plot, not story? Probably the same story as freaking Castlevania, the remake that came out.
It kind of
for
was.
PlayStation 3 or
It
whatever.
kind of was. But like the way what I liked about that particular film, because again they got Charles Dance, who's always been one of my favorite villain type
Charles Dance
characters.
will always be great.
He is an amazing villain type actor. But you had him in that film as like the basically the ancient vampire that gave Dracula his power. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. And then I just liked the story that they told. It was really well done, and it wasn't like, you know, oh, I needed
y'all
any.
going crazy now. John Cena and Simon Belmont.
No,
He's crazy
John
now.
Oh,
Cena got to
no.
be Dracula because you can't see him, man.
Hut.
So.
Oh no, it's stiff
Worthington
ass,
makes
no.
good fighting sounds. He sounds like old boy Lord of Shadow. Bless you. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Worthington, like I said, the only reason I even sat through Terminator Salvation was because of Moon Bloodgood. Like, she was the only reason I even sat through that movie.
Yeah.
Like, that movie was.
So yeah, like I mean, he's been in like a bunch of stuff, like just after that. But I just remember how he was just like in one movie after another, like during that time, because you had Terminator Salvation, then you had Avatar, then you had Clash of the Titans right after that,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was in like in a bunch of other stuff like after that. Like I think, because I think wasn't like what was the other guy's name that was doing stuff around that time? Must have came out right after the dude that played Rick Flag.
You're talking about the same actor?
Not the
That played
same
Rick
actor,
Flag
but
too?
it's like this. It's like that same archetype. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Because it's like
you
it's
had
him, and then like you had Buddy that played RoboCop in the reboot. and,
they all had that
you
same kind
know,
of look to them. I know what you mean.
yeah. It's like it was kind of like they was kind of like pushing those guys out for like a minute, and it's just like I don't know. I guess he just sort of got lost in the shuffle with that.
Again, Sam Worthington was a boring actor to me, dude. Like,
Yeah,
me and Dido used to clown him when we was watching the remake of Clash of the Titans. We're doing this man. Like,
so why do you
dude.
say that so much?
Right. It's like, dude, Zeus is giving you weapons to help you save the world. I think taking a sword ain't gonna kill you. It's like, dude, like whatever, man. Now, what's her name? That played Io in that movie was cute. She was also in that Hansel and Gretel movie with Jeremy Renner, which I actually like that movie too. That Hansel and Gretel movie was actually really, really fun.
I watched that movie. It's like I have a vague memory. of it,
I've
but I don't
been
remember
meaning to
seeing it at
watch
all.
that, but it just kept escaping me. Really,
Yeah, I forgot her
just-
name, but she's a cute actress. Okay, so DBL King's saying that Sam Worthington does dramas now, and that really means he's
Yeah.
off my radar now.
Yeah, that's that because he started, like I said, he started doing like a lot of other projects and stuff or whatever, and a lot of which went straight to video after that. So it was just, but a lot of them look like very drama-ish like
he can,
very, very drama heavy.
he can have fun
movies
with that
after
by himself over
So-
there. And then,
I mean, I guess he knew what his lane was. I guess he was just
I guess
better
so.
at doing dramatic roles. I guess.
John P over there thinking about F-Zero live action.
They made a cartoon.
Dude,
out
I
of it.
really
Yeah,
don't
they
need
did.
them to remake
Falcon
remake any
Punch!
racing game
Hey,
as
Do
a
like the
movie.
Days of
Like
Thunder.
especially since they tried with Need for Speed a few
Heck
years
yeah.
back. Like we don't need another adaptation of a
All right.
racing game.
all right, so I think somebody said they fell asleep during the Gretel movie. Okay, yeah, and that's fine. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I like reimaginings of old stuff because sometimes old stuff gets boring.
Yeah,
Listening to the old way it was done.
kind of like. I mean, even though it's old now, Hook. I went back and watched the original Peter Pan
Mhm.
yesterday, and man, Tinkerbell is an asshole. Straight
You mean
asshole.
like the Disney?
animated
the Disney one?
'cause it
The
was
animated
Disney
one?
Plus. Yeah, I was like, I haven't watched Peter Pan in a while. I don't know. I was looking on Facebook. Somebody had a meme of the captain. I was just like, yeah, I haven't watched Peter Pan in a while. Let me watch it because why not?
Right.
And she's straight asshole. She tried to kill Wendy twice.
Yeah,
Just
she
because.
wanted Peter for herself. That's what
She had Peter
That's
for
what it was
herself.
all about.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. All right, King Takeem. Nintendo can't make any live actions until I get my Zelda live action.
Which Zelda game they gonna do though?
Aren't they all the same
Because
story?
Breath of the Wild, in my
They
eyes, is
kind of
gonna
are, but like they would need to start from like their more recent one. They either need to do that, and like I know a lot of people love Link to the Past, but I don't think they need to dive into time travel or
No.
anything
Yeah.
yet.
No, I don't
dealing
think
with
they
Zelda
need to do
I
yet.
think
So they need to start off with something a little bit more like Ocarina, like no Ocarina of Time,
has
still time.
Ocarina of
So-
Time would be able to do it.
That's why I
Just
think
do
Breath
the
of the Wild. Probably
Twilight
does.
Princess
Well, hold on.
having
What's the story of Breath of the Wild?
The
Basically.
story is that you are a Link because they're all Links.
Right.
But he had tried to save the princess. Basically, got put in a coma for I forget how many years. Ganon took over the castle of Hyrule, and Zelda's basically been holding off him from keeping him from getting out into the world.
Mhm.
And then you end up waking up. Like I said, I don't remember how long you were out because I think you were basically being kind of like repaired because it's pseudo technology. At the same time, it's not. And so, like, you get back in there and you're trying to basically get strong enough to get into the castle to defeat Ganon.
That's a
And
level up movie.
Yeah.
It kind of is a level up movie, but
yeah.
if you watch people who speedrun that game, they wake up and then go straight to the castle and
No,
beat Ganon.
I can
'Cause
understand
you
that,
can-
but like,
it's like Grand Theft Auto. Seriously, you can do whatever you want in this. Besides kill innocent people,
Right.
you can go anywhere you want, do anything, and nothing's in order. So it's basically you can wake up and go straight to Ganon.
No, I
and
got
if
you.
you're good enough, you can beat him. You're probably not gonna because your
okay.
weapons suck.
King Takeem says Link to the Past is the only correct choice. I don't think
I
so.
disagree.
I think here's the thing: you can't. If you're gonna do a Zelda movie, you have to. If you want to do Link to the Past, you got to earn it. You can't just
the
jump
first
into
one.
that first.
You have to start with a
do,
simple
Yeah,
story
you have to
first.
do with the original Legend of Zelda game. Just do the original Legend
don't-
of Zelda game, and
I swear I don't think you could do Zelda in one movie. I don't done right. I don't think you could do it. in
It
one
would
movie.
have to be. It would have to be in the same breath as like a Lord of the Rings thing. Like it has.
I don't
to
think
be
it needs to
told,
be
like,
3
over.
movies.
It has to be told over a. That's why, personally, I just think it probably work better as a live action series.
all
Like,
right,
you can't,
no.
you can't put
Here's-
all that in the movie. dude.
Here, is the first Zelda can work as a movie because again, look, you guys are thinking of it in the sense of there's 8 dungeons, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to do 8 dungeons because if you think about how those dungeons work, you fight Aquamentus twice. You don't need to fight him twice in a movie. You just have him fight him once, and skip that whole dungeon where Aquamentus is in again. You have him fight what's his name, Goma, the spider thingy. Have him fight that. You don't need to have him fight the Donga
And
because it's
you-
gonna look stupid if he's fighting a freaking Triceratops. You throw a bomb in his mouth.
Here's the
There's
other-
certain ones you can cut out, and then
Right.
just here's your 2.5-hour movie.
Here's the other problem with doing Zelda as a movie, especially the first Zelda. There's nobody else in Link's party except for him. Like he's literally it, and
And he doesn't talk.
he doesn't talk. so there's
They
the other
could-
problem.
They have to
there's
give
the
him
other
dialogue
problem.
It could be like
in that
Legend.
movie. Like
Remember
you're
the
not
movie
just going to be a
Legend?
silent
Yeah, dude,
protagonist
Legend was
throughout the
dope.
entire movie.
Legend was dope.
It could be similar to that because he can run into other NPCs.
Okay,
that can
so
help him along the
so
way.
he can run into the ferry at the fountain. That way he-
Hell no. As long as it ain't gonna be like what's her name from what was that one on 64 Ocarina of Time. I hated her.
Okay, no,
listen.
it doesn't have to be like that. But I'm just saying.
Hated.
Yeah, no, doesn't have to be like that. But basically, okay, so if you're gonna do Legend of Zelda, the first thing you have to do, you have to fix it. You have to be able to allow Link to talk, which he does now in Breath of the Wild. He talks. So
yeah, he talked in that craptastic. Well, actually, it wasn't crappy. It was really bad and cheesy animated series.
oh, that's true. Yeah,
Oh,
he did. He did. So you'd have to pair him up with some kind of a traveling companion of some kind, because having Link just be on his own
All right.
probably wouldn't work.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem I see for all of you guys. This movie's already been done, and it's actually one of my favorite fantasy movies of all time. It's called Krull. Krull is already Krull is already Legend of Zelda.
Point.
But okay, so if they were to take the animated series route, where Zelda's basically adventuring with Luke and they're searching for
Luke?
the
Hey, you changing your
excuse me,
Link.
yeah, traveling with Link, and basically they're searching for the Triforce.
You could do that.
You could probably do
you
that.
could tell that story,
Right.
Because
Especially
Saving the
if-
Princess is so
Right,
done.
especially if it's Zelda's bucking tradition, and she isn't the frilly dress wearing princess. She wants to be the adventurer type, right?
Well, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Girl power and all that.
Exactly. So, no, I agree with that.
I'm about to do the worst thing ever. I'm about to combine them all.
Oh,
Combine them all and take one spoonful out of the combined bowl.
yeah, no, but I do think Legend of Zelda as a movie could work. I think Metroid would even be better.
Yeah,
as
but
an
here's the
original
problem though. They
What?
did a cinematic type Metroid called Metroid Other M. When you gave Samus a voice, she had a lot of cinematic scenes in it, and people were like, oh, I don't want to talk. She sounds so freaking melancholy, and she's so down. I was like, was she supposed to be happy? She's supposed to say, hey, Ridley killed my whole entire family. Yeah,
Right.
and I get to fight him again. Woo. No.
They did a Metroid movie. They just didn't have the budget to get all the aliens in there. It was called Alien.
That's
Yeah.
basically where they got it from.
I mean, that is kind of like the closest we'll get to Metro for a while.
I mean, and the thing is, and again, like I said, that's why I brought up Krull. Krull, to me, and y'all need to go back and watch Krull if you've never seen it. It's an old movie. Ken Marshall was the star. I don't think he's acted in anything else that I can think of ever again. Liam Neeson was in the movie as well in one of his extremely early roles. That movie was freaking awesome, dude. Like it literally was the blueprint for how you do an RPG movie, because it actually starts off with the prince of one world about to marry the princes of another and become king and queen of like this combined, world or whatever. And it literally is, the bad guys came in and killed everybody, left him for dead, took the princess. And it's like old sage comes out like, hey, I'm gonna nurse you back to health and we're gonna go get your girl. And they just going on, and they meet their wizard, they meet their Cyclops brute type dude, they meet their band of thieves and marauders. It's like you get all of that, and it's in one freaking movie, and it's dude, that movie was so perfect. That literally is one of my top 10 movies of all time. And if they ever come out of that in 4K, that will be bought and reviewed. Flash Gordon ain't getting no review from me.
That would-
Sorry.
Come on,
That was
dude.
legit,
Don't
no.
be like that. Don't hate on Flash Gordon.
Hey,
Look, you should do
Flash
it.
Gordon.
Honestly, you should do it, man. I think it would be.
Why? So I
especially-
can anger everybody?
No, that's fine. Anger and controversy actually
that's a
fuel
very
the internet,
dated and-
especially when you take a cult classic movie like Flash Gordon, made in
Right.
1980, right?
I get that.
And then it's getting a 4K transfer.
Are they updating it or are they just transferring it?
I don't know.
Because
I don't have any of
that's
those
where your
particulars.
issues are going to come in.
Yeah, I
because
don't
even,
have any of
even
those
like I
particulars.
said in the Star Wars reviews, certain things when they are enhanced like that are really bad. And those matte paintings in Star Wars stand out like a sore thumb now because it's so sharp.
So imagine how bad Flash Gordon's going to be.
Exactly. That, to
I'm
me, it's
just
like
saying.
my TV might turn itself off. Like, what are you doing? to me?
Right.
Like, this-
Don't sully my
Exactly.
Don't sully my circus
I
with
don't
this
remember
filth.
if I
Get my
watched it in
combined bite.
HD or not,
Yeah.
but I mean, granted, it's very dated.
He's
but
gonna take a bite. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, but
He's gonna
again,
take a bite of
combined-
all the
combined-
cereals combined.
Combined bite of all of this craziness here.
I want to see this.
oh boy,
I don't know. Are you okay, man? You
I don't
okay? You
I don't know
okay?
yet. We'll see if I make it home tonight.
Oh
you know.
man, dude, that's bad.
Combined
That
bite
is
of all of it.
So bad. No way. You so brave.
Oh, you know, hey.
You so brave. No, I
Wait,
I
a
just couldn't do
Krull
it.
series? I don't see. Krull
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
work as a series king to Kim.
Yeah,
Krull,
no, I don't-
Krull
I
literally,
don't know. Yeah,
Krull literally is its own. It just works as its own standalone.
yeah.
And damn it, if they ever Sideshow Collectibles listen to me as I say this, because I do a lot of reviews for you guys. Stuff you need to start sending me stuff for one.
Exactly.
For two, y'all need to make the glaive as a Sideshow Collectible
Dude, that
movie
shit would be
prop,
awesome.
and it needs to have
That'd be dope.
and it needs to have retractable blades, and it
Yep.
needs to have some serious like disclaimers on it, like press this button at your own peril. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No. So it's 11 o'clock. We've actually ran over about half an hour because we were having so much fun.
oh
Taste,
cereal, man.
taste testing these cereals and stuff like that. GQ living on the edge. I don't know if he'll be the same next week because man,
Well, yeah.
that you took that bite. I've never seen this man on a sugar rush.
I don't have sugar. Don't affect me like that.
Oh,
though.
okay. All
Sugar
right.
does not affect me.
Okay.
like that.
All right. So he says it doesn't affect him. So
I'm about
anyway,
to take another bite.
right.
F all of y'all.
Oh, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Anyway, y'all, we had a great time entertaining you this week on episode 211 of Culture Junkies Live. Next week, we're going to be giving you our Clone Wars retrospective now that the Clone Wars are over. Pluses, minuses, how the series has evolved over the 12 years it's been in existence since 2008. And we'll also talk about some other things that have been going on. I know the premature end of all of the Arrowverse shows comes next week. Next week, Tuesday, is the end of the Flash, and then the Supergirl and Batwoman follow afterwards. Legends is still on for whole another month, but we'll be talking about a lot of those things next week. So we hope that you will come back and join us next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, on Culture Junkies Live right here on YouTube and Facebook, and we will get those Facebook things, fixed. So, well, actually, no, it wasn't fixed. There was nothing wrong with it. Facebook was just fine. But we hope that you do come and join us on YouTube because we need to get those watch hours up so we can get monetized. Anyway, so any final comments from my friends? You too, Fallen Marvel?
Just enjoy your cereal and stay safe, people. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Last thing y'all see of me is another bite.
Okay.
I had one last bite.
All right. So my good friends GQ over here, who's living dangerously.
John P said I Captain Planet the cereal.
He sure did. I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that. The great Adakuji, who is burrowed in his mind, is burrowed in thought.
It's not too much thought. It's just one more cereal. The adobo girl had bought us one more cereal that I knew of, and I thought she was going to join us today, and it's sitting in the kitchen over there.
What's
We
that?
didn't try it. It was Apple Jacks with marshmallows.
Apple Jacks actually was an okay cereal.
Apple
by itself.
I like
Apple
Apple
Jacks
Jacks.
is cool, but Apple Jacks with marshmallows?
I don't know
about that one.
I would try because, like I said, when I was younger, I didn't really care for marshmallows and cereal. I thought they were terrible. But for whatever reason, they've gotten a lot better. And I don't know what it is. I don't think they're as styrofoamy as they used to be.
That's fair. DBL King, one real quick, said they had animated movies for about 7 years and it ends this week with Apocalypse War.
Oh yes, Justice League. I'll be watching that tomorrow. So be sure to look out for my review on the website.
Wait,
so
they're not going to be doing any more animated movies?
not in that shared universe
Oh.
that they built.
They're
So
rebooting
yeah,
it.
so they're
Dude.
rebooting. I don't know if they'll.
Dude.
I don't even know if they'll be doing any interconnected ones anymore. They might all just be standalones now.
Do you know?
So we'll see.
See. Come on,
Get ready.
dog.
Save
Start
it,
up
save
on
it for
the
next
one,
week.
dog.
Save it for next week because we'll
All
be
right, yeah, we'll
talking
talk
about
about
it.
it.
We'll talk
We'll
about
talk
it next
about it.
week. Anyway, y'all, it was a great show. We thank you all for hanging in there with us. For my friends, the great Adakuji, GQ, and Fallen Marvel, I am Kenshiro. We'll see you guys next week. Take care now.
All right, take care, guys.